Okay, welcome back to another episode of the PigSkin podcast, season 2, episode 16. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, do all that. We're going to talk some college ball, introduce some new segments. We got Spread Eagle and Hungry Dog, because we don't ever really do spreads or picks on college football, but I think we should this time. We've got a lot of good games. And then we're going to get into the NFL, talk some NFL ball, and we'll end with our dick picks. But first up, we'll talk about Thursday night's game. Oh, also, we're recording during the World Series. Game 1, by the way, of the World Series, we got the Yankees and the Dodgers. Probably the two most hated franchises in baseball.
Yeah, I was talking to a dude yesterday, and he was like, you going to watch the World Series? I'm like, I'll watch some of it. And he goes, yeah, we got Hitler versus Stalin.
Honestly, I wanted the two best teams, and we basically predicted this. Too. We predicted it was going to be the Yankees and Dodgers when the season started. I mean, all the acquisitions. I'm not sad or I'm not mad about Shohei Ohtani versus Aaron Judge. I don't think anybody can get mad at that. I mean, unless you're like a Mets fan, you absolutely fucking hate the Yankees.
Yeah.
So I don't really hate the Dodgers. I grew up hating the Cardinals. I'm a Cubs fan. So yeah, no, I'm okay with this. Right now, Yankees are up 2-1.
Yes.
Prediction: who's going to win it? Are we going to get a Game 7?
I don't think we're going to get a Game 7. Did you see the Game 7 series that's coming on Amazon Prime?
I did, and I want to watch that because I know the Cubs are in it for 2016.
Yes, I haven't watched it yet. I want to as well. That's just going to be
sure
awesome.
There's a hockey one too. Like I want to see. Yeah. That does look like a 6 series.
There's a basketball one. There's a hockey one. There's the Cubs.
Oh, I bet it's the Cavs. How much do you want to bet it's the Cavs?
Probably.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's going to be multiple teams, but you have to put the Cavs in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm going to be watching it tomorrow. While there's another game tomorrow, I believe. I am hyped for this World Series. Unfortunately, since we're recording now, it's going to be hard for me to check up on the score. But game 2 tomorrow at 7. Going to be watching that with college ball, and then we have another game on Monday at 7. You can just watch that instead of the game that's going to be happening on Monday for football. So, unless you really want to watch Russell Wilson versus Daniel Jones. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we have a break on Thursday, and then Friday, and if it's necessary, and Saturday if Game 7 is necessary. So I'm excited into the season for baseball. So yeah. And then real quick before we get to Thursday night, we also have basketball. Thunder are back.
Yes.
Thunder are probably the best team in the NBA.
Best team by far in any sport in the state of Oklahoma.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah,
we're down bad right now. But Shea looks awesome. Chet's awesome. Aaron Wiggins, best role player in the NBA. Jalen Williams, stud. Hartenstein's going to be out for a while, but I think the heart and soul of this team is the newest addition, Alex Caruso. So happy that we got him. Our defense is going to be so awesome with him and Dort. We also had.
They were awesome last night, dude.
Yeah, no, they were incredible. But I do think it's going to be between them and the Mavs. Like those are the two, and the Wolves. Just the same teams as last year. I don't know how the Nuggets are going to look this season.
They got younger, but they lack a lot of like explosiveness on offense. You know.
Yeah.
They're going to have to run through Jamal Murray and Jokic if they're going to do anything.
Yeah, and that's a tough matchup. The fact that Chet even got that one block he did was impressive because Jokic is just not fucking anybody. So I think if you had 10 games between OKC and the Nuggets, I'd say we'd probably win 6 or 7. But Jokic will have his game against Chet, where Chet's like, obviously, like this guy's one of the most unblockable players in the NBA. But we also had Bronny's debut. LeBron James Jr. got his debut, got to play with his dad. I didn't realize he was that short.
Yeah, he's small, man.
He's like 6'1", yeah.
He's also, I don't know, not good at basketball, but you know what it is.
Yeah, I feel like that whole thing is just kind of manufactured. Like, it didn't even feel like a real, like, true moment. Like, it'd be different.
He didn't even play at USC.
Yeah. Well, not to, like, down on the kid. I'm sure, like, he didn't really want all this, like, negative publicity. You know, he's just a kid. He did have the heart attack, which sucks for him. But
yeah, no, that was very scary.
It just felt like the moment wasn't like true, like real. Like there wasn't like a real moment, like feeling to it. Didn't it feel that way? Like it felt kind of manufactured.
It did, and that's kind of how everything, especially with LeBron, feels. It's so
yeah,
like
oh
a
yeah, no, yeah.
publicity
This
thing.
was for LeBron for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, this was a good moment for LeBron.
and that's I guarantee LeBron doesn't play another 2 years. I think he really wanted that father-son in the NBA, and then he's kind of.
Oh, he's gonna wait for Bryce, 100%.
You think so?
Yeah,
all three?
I think,
or the other two?
I think Bryce might be good enough to play in the NBA.
Bryce, yes, Bryce is a lot better than Bronny is. He's got more.
Well, I don't know, because like Bronny, it just felt like after he had that heart attack, like, because he was explosive in high school, he looked good, and then his first like practice with USC, everybody was posting clips, and it was like, dude, he's doing really well, and then he has the heart attack. I don't know. Ever since then, it just maybe he wasn't ever that like as good as we thought he'd be, but kind of doesn't help when your heart stops.
Yeah.
And, look at
DeMar Hamler. Yeah.
Exactly.
He's actually not doing bad. He's starting.
Yeah. No, he's actually not playing bad at all. He's again, Trevor Lawrence was the first quarterback to throw an interception to a guy that was almost dead.
A guy that was dead. He was dead for a little bit.
But yeah, no, it just felt very manufactured, but whatever, good for LeBron.
It was kind of funny they had Ken Griffey Jr. and Sr. there.
Yeah, it was funny.
They totally were like, hey, come to the game. Like they gave them tickets and were like, just go, please.
Yeah, 100%.
We'll pay you.
Was it better, spin zone, it was better for them to get it out of the way first game, right?
Yeah.
Like it was better
just get back to
like,
the regular schedule program.
Yeah, you knew it was going to happen. I think like maybe it would have been better if Bronny had like played in the G League and kind of worked his way up, and then you could say like let's say he had like 1 or 2 games in the G League where he was just dominating, then it's like okay, he's earned the right to like be on the stage. But I mean, what was the stat line? He had like a missed shot, maybe.
It's like, did he have a stat line?
Yeah, I don't know. Now I'm kind of rooting for Bronny. Like.
There was
more to have a good game.
Like, it felt like there was more like legit hype. Remember that like 36-year-old dude that was on the Lakers G League for like ever?
Yeah.
And came in and was just nails.
Yeah.
That felt more like legit hype and anticipation than the whole LeBron.
Well, it's even like that baseball player that was in the minors for like 15 years and he got his first start and hits like a massive like 2-run. Like it was like a base hit. It was incredible. But yeah, Bronny probably goes to the G League. Also, I just thought it was hilarious that JJ Redick was, basically like, yeah, we didn't know that we didn't expect Bronny to go out there. What? I love how like I mean he has to fake it a little bit. I get it, but yeah, no, the whole thing just kind of felt like not as real as it probably could have been. It was real for LeBron.
Yeah,
everybody else was
gay.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe he goes to the G League, kind of works his way up. Maybe he gets better. I would kind of root for that at this point, just because of LeBron's kind of ruining everything for the kid.
Yeah, LeBron's ruined everything for a lot of people. So.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
he ruined 2012 for me.
Yeah, exactly. I've been a LeBron hater since, but he's still one of the greatest basketball players ever. So,
no, you have to respect it, but I can't stand the guy. I'm so tired of him in the NBA. So done with it. It was nice to see Russell Westbrook get some run last night, though. I love seeing Russ play.
Yeah, he had like 4 points.
Yeah, a few points. Not down a net. He has that 1-3 like every game that he just drills, and you're like, dude, if you could just do that so much more consistently, But
I forgot that Alex Caruso. Interesting fact, he actually played on OKC's G League
with Mark Dagnall, who was the G League coach at the time.
Yeah, so good to see him back.
Full circle.
And I think one of my favorite things in the NBA is the post game interviews that they do. I like how they get together as a team. Like it's just like a fun, young, like yeah. Well, yeah, and that's cool. Like I think a lot of people like that. They all come together as a team. And
did you see the video of Shea showing the NBA TNT or the NBA on TNT crew? The guy that was interviewing them, he was telling them who each guy was to make sure you got their name. And then their love for Nick Gallo is better than anything else on this planet. So I want someone to look at me the way that the Thunder look at Nick Gallo.
Did you see Charles Barkley predicted OKC to win the championship?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's predicted the last 2. It's hard to get 3 right, but
I would enjoy it a lot if he got the third one.
Finals prediction. OKC versus Boston.
Boston.
Yeah,
Boston or the
Boston's
Knicks?
Yeah. I don't know about the Knicks.
The Knicks are solid, man.
No,
I know they had
very solid.
I know they had
Michael
a stinker to start the season.
Michael Bridges has a hitch in his shot now. It looks really weird.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I don't even know how that ended up coming for him, but yeah, he needs to fix that real quick. I kind of wanted to like the 76ers, but I know that they're just going to blow it in the first round because Joel Embiid, load management, probably going to get hurt.
Yeah, I also can't stand Joel Embiid.
I like Joel. I don't really have a problem with Joel.
Did you see the video?
But Maxey,
his pregame warm-up, Tyrese Maxey is a monster. Joel's pregame warm-up, there's a video of him that was on TikTok. Someone recorded it. He was pulling his underwear out of his ass and he sniffed his finger right before shooting a free throw. So
yeah, it seems like the kind of guy that would do that.
I mean, when you have a French citizenship, you usually do nasty shit like that. So.
Yeah, no shit. But yeah, no. Excited about the Thunder. Excited about the season. NBA. We'll watch a lot more NBA probably around January and February.
Yeah. We'll stream East a lot of Thunder games.
Yeah.
Thanks for Valley Sports.
Hey, let's. I'm gonna ask Brasher, but let's all get together and go to. The Nuggets are gonna come to OKC March 9th. It's on a Sunday.
Hell yeah! Yeah, no, we should go.
So
it'd be sick.
Game time.
Game time. Game time's actually sick. That's genuinely what I use for all my tickets.
I still have a Giddey jersey.
You mean a P. Giddey jersey?
He's actually not doing bad for the Bulls right now.
Josh Giddey?
He's actually he might get a little bit better. They got to figure out their Zach LaVine contract though. As long as they have Zach LaVine, that team is not going to be good. Honestly, as long as they have Jerry Reinsdorf as an owner, the Bulls are just always going to be.
You remember that Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon dunk contest from like 2016?
Yeah, Aaron Gordon got snubbed.
Yeah, still the greatest of all time.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's get into that was our basketball talk and World Series. Let's get into.
We're gonna rename this podcast.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Thursday
night. Yes.
We had the Vikings come into Los Angeles, take on the Rams. Also, what day is it? Oh yeah, today is Friday. We didn't mention that. It's Friday, October 25th. Rams might be back.
Yeah.
You could just tell. I mean, they're just they're a much better offense when Puka's out there. Mm-hmm. Like, it is insane how good that guy is. Yeah. Also, Matthew Stafford was looking good. He had some
4 touchdowns, man.
Yeah. There was like a moment in the game, and I think there was like a minute and something left, and the Rams were trying to bleed the clock, but it was like 3rd and long, and so they had a screen pass to Cooper Kupp, and he's trying to stay in bounds, and he stupidly starts going towards the out of bounds line, and they tackled him out of bounds, and the clock stopped. So, yeah, there was just some stuff that ended up happening in this game, but the Rams might be back. Also, that stat that we had mentioned earlier in the earlier episodes of the podcast.
Yeah, teams after they play the Lions. I'm terrified. We got to play them twice. You mean we're going to lose 2 more times this year?
I think so. I think so. Do you play the Bears after you play the Lions? I hope so.
You play us after playing the Lions. We played the Lions in week 9, and then
we don't play until week 11.
The Packers have a week 10 bye.
Yeah.
So they played the Lions week 9. They're off week 10, and then they play the Bears.
So you might lose the bye week.
Oh fuck! That means like Jordan Love's gonna get killed or something. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah. Well.
But does it carry over through the bye week though?
We're gonna find out because the Cowboys had a bye, and now they play the 49ers.
The Cowboys might just lose to everybody.
We'll talk about that game, but yeah. No, impressive stuff from the Rams. It looked like it was just going to be like 100 points scored in that game. 4 straight drives, 4 touchdowns. Each.
I do have a question for you.
Yes.
If you tackle someone and grab them here.
It was a little bit closer to the.
Okay. Here.
Yeah, right there, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would be a face mask, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah, I think so.
They do have a rule for that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
They do.
Because it looked like Jared Verse was pretty pissed at himself. I mean, he, clapped his hands on his helmet and everything. And, I thought someone did something wrong, but I don't know, man. I'm not too versed in the whole NFL thing, so I didn't know if that was a penalty or not.
Yeah, no, record night. I mean, it's been a record season for the referees, the officials of the NFL. We're gonna have a 2024 referee highlight video coming out at the end of the year. It's gonna be
Did
like
you call it the highlights?
It's gonna be like the Scott Frost when people make the Scott Frost edits for the NBA. We're gonna have that for the officials. But yeah, no, Sam Darnold. I mean, it looked like a face mask. I mean, watching it at first play, it was either like horse collar. I mean, I couldn't see it at first, but I saw his head turn and immediately like there was no flag. And
3 feet in front of the ref.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's a face mask. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we can't even get targeting right in college football, so.
Yeah, but do you expect these refs to be able to make correct call on a hip drop tackle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Not even calling.
I don't know.
Hell of a game, though. Absolute hell of a game.
Yeah, no, it was a fantastic game. And then the Rams, it was a much needed win. You needed a win against a big time opponent because you are going to have the Seahawks next week. That might be a tough game. You do get the Dolphins and Tua's back. You have an easy game against the Patriots, but I mean, with where your team's at with injuries and everything, it's not going to be. I had them as a good team, but I didn't realize they were going to be decimated with injuries. Also, you think Cooper Kupp stays?
I don't know, man. It feels like the Cooper Kupp.
He's still good. No,
he is.
He's still good. I think they're going to keep him.
Well, I'm not saying he's done. I'm saying
like with the Rams,
the marriage feels like it's trending towards divorce.
Yeah, it could be. Maybe they sign Drake Stoops. That's your dream. That's all you've wanted. But yeah, Sean McVay. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, OU's got their own little new Drake Stoops. We'll talk about him in a couple minutes.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it feels like Sean McVay. He called such an awesome game plan. Some of the stuff that he designs. I mean, there's a reason he's one of the best. Also, they showed the stat. He in his first 8 seasons as a head coach. He has gone through 8 different coordinators. That is tied with John Harbaugh through John Harbaugh's first 8 seasons.
Dodgers just tied it.
All right. Go Dodgers.
Oh, no, they didn't. I thought they did. It looked like someone was celebrating. They're trying to stack bunt. My bad.
It's all good.
It didn't work.
It's all good. Just make sure you get it right next time.
I guess they moved the runner over.
I feel like the Vikings are
still. Sorry.
I feel like the Vikings are still an okay team. I mean, Sam Darnold, I mean, watching him, he's still really good. In the first half, he was really good. The second half, they lost their left tackle, so that's going to be a big – Darrisaw did get hurt. I don't know if he's coming back. It didn't look like a injury a big man like that should be taking. But, yeah, they did lose their left tackle, so we'll keep an eye on that. But I just feel like this is a different Sam Darnold. Maybe didn't have his best game last night. Yeah. But I mean, he was clean. He didn't have any fumbles or interceptions. He was 240 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also, Justin Jefferson is so fucking good at football, dude. Did you see that catch?
Yes, I did. I hate that we have to play him twice a year. It pisses me off.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, he kind of blows ass against Jair Alexander, but,
he might have something to prove.
Yeah, I'm scared.
He might have something to prove. 8 receptions, 115 yards. It felt like he was just always – he's so good against man coverage. It's insane. I was hoping that the refs would review – because they didn't review it. Like, they didn't review his ridiculous catch, and I was really hoping they would. Not because I didn't think it was a catch, but I just really wanted to watch it again.
Oh, yeah, dude. I watched it like 12 times on Twitter today.
Yeah. No. He's insane. It's crazy, like, how Minnesota sports, like, in general, they just don't win championships. There's not a lot that those teams do, but they do have a collection of like badass like players.
They fucking compete, dude.
Yeah, Kevin Garnett, Anthony Edwards. I'm sure there's some baseball ones. Randy Moss, Justin Jefferson,
Joe Mauer, dude.
Yeah, yeah. Dante Culpepper.
Yeah.
Chris Carter. I mean, they've just had some.
Randy Moss. Did you mention Randy Moss?
Yeah, Randy Moss. They've had some absolute studs. Minnesota's just had a collection of studs.
You know who's not good and sucks ass and I want to kill all the time? Anthony Barr. Bastard.
Now they have Van Ginkel. Go Badgers.
Yeah, Van Ginkel.
Yeah, no, that game was awesome. Great way to kick off the NFL slate that's going to be coming up.
It feels like the Thursday night football curse is kind of dying. We've had a couple bangers on Thursday night this year.
Yeah, I know. I felt like this was going to be.
Thank God, Al Michaels
kind
is
of
just like 2 games away from killing himself. I thought rhyme, dude.
Well, yeah, because the 2022 Thursday night games suck. I feel bad for anybody that had to watch the Bears play Thursday night. But now Bears might be fun again, so we'll see. Should we get into college football?
Let's do it. So we're gonna start off. I'll kick this one off.
We do have Boise State versus UNLV coming up.
Yeah, I got that on the Ashton Genty show.
Player to watch.
Can't wait. Oklahoma Ole Miss. Oh, he's gonna lose. There's not a whole lot to fucking say about this one. Look, we gotta do it. Joe John Finley and Kevin Johns have gotten promotions. Joe John, sole offensive coordinator, going to be the play caller. Kevin Johns is now the quarterback's coach and pretty much a co-OC. He's going to help run things. He has lots of experience calling plays. He's been a part of some really efficient and great offenses. There's only so much you can do in a week. There's also only so much you can do with an offensive line that probably can't start for most FBS teams, has a complete 5. And shouldn't. They're in the bottom of the NCAA. It's just horrendous.
They ranked their 7th worst. They're 7th worst in running the ball.
There's lots of like 1s and 2s and 1s and 3s, but those aren't like 12th and 13th. That's like 120th and like 130th.
Yeah, I think they're 7th worst in running the ball, and that's of 130 teams. They rank 107th in offense. And
it'd be a lot worse if that fucking Temple game didn't happen.
And we didn't really get to talk about this just because we were very, very sad about what happened with South Carolina. But I put a lot of thought into this. I actually thought about it the day that the decision was made to fire Seth Littrell. I have a take that I feel probably not a lot of OU fans or like people like that watch college football would agree with. But I feel like it's a fair take for me just because I love the sport. I love OU, diehard fan. So it's a take that I feel, it's just how I feel. And the way that I see it is Seth Littrell was basically kind of set up to fail this season. He came in to take over as the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, right before a bowl game against a really tough Arizona team when Jeff Levy was hired to be the head coach at Mississippi State. He's got that offense actually playing pretty good right now, so shout out to him. We thought that was a good hire. Yeah. With a quarterback that was, I mean, he's just doesn't really have much experience. Dylan Gabriel transfers to Oregon, losing Tyler Guyton, Walter Rouse, a lot of guys on the offensive line. And
McCade Warrior. I feel like if we just had McCade, we'd be so much better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he takes a step back just because of the scheme and like the way that it's just played out. But it basically was asked to take over and basically run a different offense than what he's used to running. He's an air raid guy. They wanted him to run more of an RPO spread system that he's just not really used to running. And they're doing that with a quarterback that doesn't have much experience, kind of a new offensive line, and then just decimated with wide receiver injuries. So we're basically ready to go for the 2024 season. And then to put on top of that, it's probably OU's most brutal schedule, maybe ever, or at least in a very, very long time. It's like
in the modern, like the last 20 years.
Yeah,
definitely.
And they're basically being like, okay, here you go, Seth Littrell, try to run this system because this quarterback came to play football at Oklahoma to play under a Jeff Levy system. And then it just didn't work out. And then their offense stunk. And yeah, that's just kind of how everything played out, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I mean, I kind of said it last week, right? And I've been talking to a bunch of people about this. As bad as it is, somebody had to be the scapegoat for it.
Yeah.
Whether it's a whole collective thing, there's blood on Brent Venables' hands. There's blood on the players' hands for sure. It's on everybody, right? It's not just one. The only person you can't blame at this point is like the defensive staff less Brent Venables. Like Zach Alley, Brandon Hall, all those guys, Todd Bates, Miguel Chavis, all those guys have been completely fine. Everything's been good there. But on the offensive side, everybody's at fault.
Yeah.
But you can't dump everybody in the beginning of the in the middle of the season.
Yeah. Could Seth Luttrell had done a better job, or maybe like stepped up and said, "Hey, we need to run. This system. This is not what I'm proficient in. I came under the Mike Leach air raid system, and we also just don't have very good offensive players." Could he have come out and said that, or maybe just done a better job? Yes, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think he was set to fail, and that does kind of suck because he is an OU legend, and he seems like the coolest dude. Like Seth Luttrell just seems like a really cool dude, and I'm sad about it. Like I'm sad that this all transpired the way that it did because I'm sure he didn't want that. I'm sure the players didn't want that. It's one thing when you're asked, when you're in practice, I guarantee they probably had some success in some practices where like, hey, things are clicking, but it's always tough when it just can't transpire in a game. It's kind of like,
and when you lose so many of not only your top receivers but all of your top receivers, that takes any explosivity out of your offense to the point that it is, especially against this schedule and the defenses OU's playing, it is damn near impossible to expect an offense to go consistently put points on the board when they have to go on 8, 9, 10, 14, 15 play drives. Like you can't consistently do that at any level. The Big 12, Big 10, SEC, ACC, fucking the Mountain West. You can't do that, right? It's impossible to consistently put points on the board when you're asked to go and dink and dunk your way down the field. You have to have explosive plays. And that's the other thing that sucks is Brennan Thompson has been getting a little bit of hate for his stats and everything on the season. I have a stat on Zion Reagan's that's going to piss me off, and it has pissed me off, and I'll hit it with you. But I've gone back and watched. Brennan Thompson is screaming open so often.
Okay.
But he has no time.
I told you after the Tennessee game that the offense was flawed. It's not like you should still – I guarantee you, even with the starting wide receivers out there, I doubt we put a bunch of – as would probably put, like 21. Like the system was flawed. Like the details of the quarterback, the protection.
21 wins us games, though. 21 in ball control wins us games.
I just don't even know if 21 points are scored. I'm telling you, it's not. It wasn't just. It doesn't help that all the players were injured and the offensive line's banked up, but the protection, like what they're trying to do protection-wise, doesn't make sense. It didn't make sense against Tennessee. Some of the quarterback details, they're not looking at the correct reads, like on certain routes. Like Jackson and Michael Hawkins weren't looking at their first read. They were completely looking in a different area. Like that's why you need to run a system that you know what you're doing. And when you're trying to teach a bunch of true freshmen a flawed system, it's never going to look good. Like it's not. It is on Seth Luttrell because he's the offensive coordinator and he has to do a better job of game planning and personnel. I think it's a collective group of the offense, and it's just. I mean, it's kind of like it's on Brent Venables, and I'm sure he knows. And I think they're going to make a very good hire.
Yeah.
I think they're going to bring it. You got to get better players on the offensive line, though. You
have to. The thing that sucks is I saw someone talking about.
And you also can't have people transfer out because I feel like it's been tough because Beatonbo's had guys transfer out, go to the NFL. He hasn't had enough time to.
And that's the thing that really sucks about Beatonbo is for him to truly turn you into a great offensive lineman, you need to work with him for a while. Not every player is going to be able. Not every player is Walter Rouse. Not everyone's going to be able to just step in and pick everything up for him immediately. You know what I mean?
Jinty just got blown up on the first play.
I saw that.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you're good. You have to not everyone's going to be Walter Rouse. I mean, he's obviously a genius, right? Going to Stanford, you can't expect anyone to come in and just immediately pick up everything he's teaching you. It takes time to build them into these offensive linemen. Plus, I've said it numerous times. I'm not the only one. I'm not going to try to coin that this is mine. I feel like the RPO system ruins collegiate offensive linemen.
Well, yeah, because you're run blocking on pass plays.
Exactly.
So it just like I think play action it's just much better. Like running play. It's okay to sprinkle in some RPO, but
yeah, but you can't major in it, man. You can't.
Well, and then they got away with it. Brent Venables said I want to do away with RPO, and it still looked bad. So again, they need a new offensive system. You got to hire somebody. I don't care. I mean, Brendan Marion. A lot of people were throwing that out there. A lot of people were throwing Mike Shanahan. I don't care. I think he'll
get someone that's going to score us points, like you said, Money. I don't know.
Oh my God! Touchdown.
Oh wow.
No, never mind. Not touchdown, but that's the quarterback. That was a massive run. Wow.
If he didn't cut back, Genty had a block for him, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry, we're going to be doing that. This Boise State UNLV game is going to be great. I know. I've been waiting on this game all week, dude. I've been so stoked for this.
You don't necessarily have to have like a big time hire. Like you don't have to go out and get like.
You know who I want?
Sean McVay. That's what I want.
Yes. You don't have to make a big hire. Go steal the LA Rams head coach. No, I want JG Kenny.
I don't care who it is as long as they. Texas State head coach.
Yes.
He's going to leave a head coaching job.
If he doesn't get a big time Power 4 job, he's only getting $1 million a year.
Well, Bob Stoops hired Lincoln Riley, and nobody really knew who he was. And then, like Chip Kelly, so like Oregon, who was the head coach at the time that hired this nobody, Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly ended up being a brilliant mind. So like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a known.
Left being the head coach at UCLA.
To go to Ohio State. Is a joke. So
they are a joke. They are a joke. We're programming
that organization.
Partially on his shoulders.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, I think he'll make the right hire.
Yeah, I have full faith in Brent Venables. One more time.
But now we have, like I said, John Finley and Kevin Johns. I don't really expect much to change. I just think the offense is the way that it is, and
I do. Sorry, go ahead.
I said I think we'll scrape by.
Yeah, I do. If anything, you have nothing to lose. I do expect him. At least my hope would be, a team with nothing to lose is a dangerous team.
Quarterback with nothing to lose is a dangerous quarterback.
Yes, that I would hope that lights a fire into these guys. Losing Seth Luttrell or being part of getting Seth Luttrell fired lights a fire into these guys, and they just come out and play with everything in their soul. Just give it 110% on every play.
But then they have Walter Nolan, Princey, and then who's the other guy in the middle that are just going to absolutely destroy our offensive line, and Arnold's probably going to get sacked like 11 times.
We should play 7-on-7 the rest of the season. Yeah, my Zion Reagan stat, by the way. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, I'm just going to go ahead and be completely upfront with it. Zion Reagan's is second on the offense in snap, or he's the second receiver in snaps. He has over 220 snaps in the season. Okay. How many catches do you think he has?
I think I only saw him make one catch against Tulane.
He has over 220 snaps at wideout. He has 5 catches for 40 yards. J.J. Hester has over 190 snaps. He has 8 catches for 134 yards.
One of them was like a 60-yarder.
63 yards. Jacob Jordan has 47 snaps, 6 catches, 86 yards.
Yeah, he's low-key pretty good.
Yeah,
sneaky athletic.
Detail-oriented. Yes. Yeah. He's the ultimate sneaky athlete, but he's detail-oriented.
You need to get Jacquez Petaway and Zion Reagan's going.
I don't think Jacquez Petaway understands what Zion Kearney, yes. I don't think Petaway understands what he's supposed to be doing. He looks lost out there.
Yeah, it's a flawed system. I don't think anybody knows what they're doing. I think Jacob Jordan's just playing backyard football.
Yeah. Yeah, so. At this point. He just knows where the first down is and gets to it. So,
like the route concepts, they probably understand the route concepts, but it's like, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, I don't know.
We need that football that has like the plays on it.
Well, not only that, Seth Luttrell was an offensive analyst last season, so like he had nothing to do. It was all game planning, like trying to figure out what the opposing defense.
Game planning and self-scouting.
Yeah. So like now you're asking him to be an offensive coordinator in a system he doesn't major in. Like he doesn't, you know.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot that goes into it. Yeah. Ole Miss is favored by 19.5?
19.
I think that's fair. And they haven't been great. Their offense is kind of
They
sputtered
lost
a
2
little
out of
bit.
the last 3.
Yeah. I think Trey Harris is going to play. He's really good. Juice Wells is really good.
Okay.
Their running backs, Parrish is all right, but he's not Judkins. So, but their defense, front seven mainly, is.
Their front 7 is a strong part of their team. Outside of punter, the front 7 is the strongest part of our team. The offensive line's weaker on both. So hopefully you can get in there and kind of mix it up and try to shut them down.
Much
and
better offensive system. Very, very explosive. Like, that's just what they are. They can't do long, sustained drives, but if you give up an explosive play, they're off and running.
Yeah, that's the thing.
If we give
our
up,
secondary has
turn
been
the
a little
ball over,
weak.
We can get away with one turnover. Like, the offense can get away with one turnover. That's it. If you have more than one turnover, game's over. They're gonna roll.
Oh, that didn't leave. Shohei just ripped one into right center, dude. Oh my God, did he just steal third? He did.
What a stud, dude.
He gets the second baseman or the shortstop came over to cover second, drops the ball, and there was no one covering the infield grass, and he got to third.
Bottom of the 8th, too. They need to score.
Yeah. God, he cranked that fucking baseball, dude. That was about 5 feet.
He's going to be the best baseball player in the history of MLB when it's all said and done, right? Like, better than Barry Bonds, Pete Rose, McGuire, Babe Ruth.
Yes.
How did he? The Yankees have had a couple of those. They've had a couple of, like, really big errors. They had the one against Cleveland that was atrocious in Cleveland's comeback win.
Mm-hmm.
They got to figure that out.
You got anything else on the OU game? I mean, like I said, I expect the defense to come out and play well, but offense can't turn the ball over. Defense has got to keep the explosives, keep the game in front of them, but defense does have to score. Any shot.
I'm just going to be realistic because I think this team is what it is this season. It's not going to take away from what they could be next season if they get everything right and things are going. Yeah. That's okay because the Bears are doing good and your Packers are doing good. So
the Thunder are going to be amazing.
Yep. So no, I don't really have anything else on the game.
Oh, is it an explosive touchdown? Crazy UNLV's offense has been much better with the backup quarterback.
Yeah, Sluka Doncic.
So funny.
I turned on the game, and I, for a second, thought I was watching Donovan Smith in Houston running that ball.
yeah, it looked just like it.
Which he's been low-key kind of ass.
Yeah.
That's weird. Like, I don't remember him being that bad last season.
Yeah. I don't know.
Willie Fritz
did want to go ahead and shout out Kennesaw State, by the way. Get their first FBS win, knocking off Liberty Wednesday night. That was pretty awesome.
What a sick win. Liberty started lateraling, and I was really scared for a second.
Yeah. It got nerve-wracking. Kyle McCord reverted back to Ohio State Kyle McCord from last year, but worse. Threw the ball 64 times.
He's unfortunately Mr.
5 of those, unfortunately 5 of those 64 were caught, just not by Syracuse players. And
3 pick sixes. You have to take away. So Zach Wilson had the title for Mr. Interception. That could go to Kyle McCord.
Yeah. Which I feel like Kyle McCord's been pretty solid for most of the season.
I saw a stat, and he was the 3rd Syracuse quarterback to throw 5 picks in a game. The last one was in 2004 or 2002, and then before that it was 1982.
God damn.
Crazy.
Kent State 0-7. That just blows, dude. They need me as their coach, but I just have to bring them up every single time. What games do you want to get into? Game day is going to be in Bloomington for Indiana Washington, which is airing on the Big Ten Network. Feels like they're giving a little love to the Fighting Cigarettes and the Indiana Hoosiers. So
this isn't your grandfather's Big Ten. It's Kirk Cignetta's Big Ten.
It is Kirk Cignetta's Big Ten. I expect Indiana to win that game. They've been outstanding on offense. Mike Shanahan has just been ripping teams apart.
Well, what's the situation? Like, what's the update on Rourke? Didn't he he had thumb surgery?
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they said that he had a thumb thingy, or Kirk Cignetti said he had a thumb thingy, and then it turned out he had surgery. And they said that he's going to be coming back.
The successful surgery provided some clarity on potential return, including optimism that he could be back for Indiana's game at Michigan State November 2nd. Still doubtful for the game against Washington. So likely not playing this weekend. Oh, fuck.
Is a surgery isn't he had surgery? How the fuck is he going to be coming back? It's his throwing hand, isn't it?
Dodgers tied it up.
Yeah, they needed to.
Yeah. Sacrifice fly. Mookie Betts to deep center. I don't know, man.
Well, it's just a thumb thingy. I guess he'll be all right. I don't know.
Yeah, and it depends probably on wear out of the thumb. They can probably tape it together and just kind of keep it right to play, but I don't know. That's a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, we'll work. Their backup looked good, though. He came in against Nebraska and was still good.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. The big game we should talk about. Let's jump into Texas A&M LSU.
Gonna be dude. You see Texas A&M's All Blacks for the game?
Yeah. You see the uniforms that
white, I think, right?
You see the helmets that Ole Miss is gonna wear?
Yeah, they look kind of sick.
Yeah, those are clean.
LSU's going all white too, I believe, right?
Yeah, I believe they're going all white.
Old school black versus white.
I won't get that game out of my head. The 7 overtimes, that's kind of what I'm hoping for.
And that led to them to ruin the College Football overtime.
Did it?
Yeah. There's games like that they didn't want anymore. Nerds. That game was outstanding. It's my favorite game of all time.
So is it going to get tied after so many? You only get so many overtimes now?
No, but you have your first overtime. Then after your second one, you have to go for a 2-point conversion. Yeah. And then it's just 2-point conversion off. 2-point conversion after 2-point conversion.
I thought that's how it was in that game, too, because it was just 2-point conversions after the 6.
No.
Oh. So they were just scoring TDs.
Yeah, it was touchdown.
Yeah, because I know
touchdown,
the rules.
touchdown, and then touchdown and 2-point on the third overtime and beyond.
Yeah. Yeah, because now it's on your second overtime, you have to score a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And then after that, it's just 2-point conversions.
Yep.
Which college football, this new college football game.
Yeah.
There was a glitch. And Big Cat was streaming, he was doing the national championship, and there was a funny ass glitch where the team he was going against, he went into double overtime, and that team was first in the second overtime. They scored. He stopped the 2-point conversion, and then he scored a touchdown on his overtime, and the game let him go for a field goal.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So
that's hilarious.
Yeah, asterisks on that national championship. It's funny I bring that up because that actually happened to me with the game against that I was playing with North Texas in my dynasty mode.
Really?
Yeah.
God,
I was second, or I was the first to go in the second overtime, and it let me go for a field goal. But then the team that I had to go up against had to go for a 2-point, and I ended up stopping it. Made no sense.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. This offensive line versus this front seven, or LSU's offensive line versus Texas A&M's front seven.
Yeah.
Probably going to be the best matchup we see this weekend, potentially.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever happened to David Hicks? Does he play?
I think so. He should be. He should be getting some run at least.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, this game, it's even right now. It's a pick'em, or it was even. I think they're giving the money line favored a little bit more to Texas A&M.
Or yeah,
Texas A&M, because Kyle Field, tough place to play. fucking cult. So obviously, when they're grabbing each other's nuts, yeah, just really weird. Texas A&M is an absolute cult, and they're the gig 'em and like everything they do. They're just weird fucking fan base. LSU is probably the coolest fan base, or one of the coolest fan bases in college football, and that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. So I think LSU is going to win the game. I'm also going to take Garrett Nussmeier over Hunter Whitman.
Yes.
But Texas A&M's defense is nasty, and they are leading the SEC in conference play.
They are, and that's exactly where I was going with it. Though I think I trust Nussmeier more than I trust Wigman right now, but I also trust LSU's wideouts.
Yeah,
they're just so.
Mason Taylor, my favorite tight end in the upcoming draft. Best tight end, in my opinion, in college football. I know a lot of people say Warren for Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
I like Mason Taylor a lot.
I do too. He's outstanding. Yeah, I'm going with you. I'm rolling with LSU to win this. How do you feel about the over 54.5? How do you feel about that? You think that over hits? I don't think so.
I think LSU would have to hit it by themselves. Oh no, the Blackhawks. Yeah, no. Yeah, I would agree. Well,
I mean, LSU's defense isn't all that great.
Yeah, I mean they've been playing better. Or did they just play Jackson Dart?
Yeah. I think they're going to have the game of their lives on November 30th.
Well, their defense has actually gotten a lot better since the South Carolina game. They only had UCLA only scored 17, South Alabama only scored 10, Ole Miss only scored 26, and then Arkansas could only score 10. LSU has absolutely picked it up since their loss to USC. Lincoln Riley caught them at the right time. I don't know, LSU. I think they're really fucking good, and I think they're going to win this game.
I agree.
So,
what are the big games we got? Texas. Alabama? Oh, yeah, we can get into that one. I think Alabama is going to expose Missouri for the frauds that they are, though, in this one. Alabama's getting 15.5. I like that. I like Alabama to cover that.
I want you to tell me why you like Alabama.
I think that Missouri now Brady Cook is injured. He's questionable, but he should play. But I think Missouri's offense is literally Luther Burden only. And they haven't been that good. And I think
Why do you say that? Because who's their leading receiver?
Not Luther Burden, but they've been so bad they can't get him the ball. Like
Theo Weiss, former
Theo Weiss is, but he was on Twitter talking shit about OU for the season started. Fuck Theo Weiss. But
I don't think he meant that. I don't think he truly meant it. I felt like it was kind of forced.
I don't think if it comes down to it, Missouri could keep up with Alabama. Now, Jalen Milroe has regressed a lot this season. He started hot and the Georgia game happened. I feel like he's kind of come back down to earth. You know what I mean?
Has he regressed, or have the defenses he's played gotten better?
Could be that. It could very well be that.
Yeah. I mean, you're kind of right. I mean, Tennessee's defense is really good. South Carolina's defense is also like pretty nasty.
Pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So I don't trust Missouri. I think they're not that good of a team. I think they're riding a lot of hype from last season. They've had a pretty workable schedule up until now. Part of the reason why they're 6-1. Had a pretty impressive comeback against Auburn last week, but I mean Auburn just kills themselves every game anyways. So
you think this is like Alabama backs against the wall, like can't lose the fan base? In baseball or
yes. Gleyber Torres just hit a home run, and a Dodger fan caught it over the wall.
Huh.
Leaned over the wall and caught it. I think he did that to save the run.
The Dodger fan caught it?
A Dodger fan leaned over the wall and caught it. He's dressed in all Dodgers gear. Oh, yeah. That wasn't leaving.
Was he asked to leave?
I don't know. I think he's getting his shit and going. They rolled it a double. Wow.
Were they not going to show it? I didn't get to see it.
They're showing it now. Oh, they were showing the replay center. Here it is.
So was it going to be a home run?
It was. Well, it wasn't. It was going to be short. It was going to hit the wall. So, yeah, they only gave him a double with 2 outs. They didn't give him the run. He's at second. And Juan Soto's up to bat.
I don't think it was. It didn't look like it was going to go over the wall.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was short.
Controversy.
Apple Cope.
Okay, let's get back to it.
Yeah, sorry. Where were we?
That fan was acting on pure instinct.
Oh, 100%. 100%. He just wanted a World Series home run ball.
I agree with you. I think Bama's going to win this game. It's at home, backs against the wall. Fan base will implode and probably want the firing of Kalen DeBoer if they lose this game. That's what happens when you've been the best for so long.
Yep.
But did you see? I saw a weird article that apparently Kalen DeBoer came out and said that they were going to button up the season and they were going to start taking meetings seriously, and people had to show up on time and people weren't allowed to miss meetings anymore. They were going to button up. It was a weird article that I saw. Let me see if I can find it. I don't remember if I had saved it, but
walked Juan Soto. Oh, what a throw! Sorry, I need to stop. So much happening. They walked Juan Soto for Aaron Judge, and they're bringing in Blake Trinan.
Yeah, apparently they said we're going to get more disciplined, and now. Because the thing happened with the Ryan Williams and the other wide receiver that did the jump shot.
Yeah.
Apparently they're gonna get more disciplined. There's no more being late to meetings. I guess I was a little confused by that. Were Bama players are Bama players undisciplined? Have they been undisciplined this whole time? Since Saban was there, where they just was Saban yeah, you can show up whenever you want to meetings? That doesn't sound like Alabama.
No, that didn't happen. For damn sure, that didn't happen.
We don't know because DeBoer said they've been going on for a while. That begs the question: Did Nick Saban was Nick Saban losing the team, and that's why he stepped down?
I think by a while he meant since DeBoer got there.
Or Nick Saban was losing the team, and that's why he stepped down because the administration was going to fire him. Nick Saban was losing.
Whatever you want to go with, but I'll stick to reality.
No, this is do you know this podcast? We're all about this shit.
We are. That is true. My bad. But
we're just
that is interesting, though. That is interesting, though.
Yeah, weird article. I have to go back and I'll find it and I'll send it to you. But I read it and I was like, what? I don't know. It was really confusing. But I don't know, man. Alabama hasn't looked. Maybe they played their best ball too early. Maybe they peaked too
early. Maybe. Oh, nice play, UNLV touchdown.
Those are really the only 2 games that I had marked down to talk about for college football.
Oregon, Illinois. You think Oregon just blows Illinois out of the water?
Yeah, I think Dylan Gabriel just shows up in big games.
That's fair. Do you want to go ahead and get into Spread Eagle and Hungry Dog?
Yeah, so new segment. We don't really do picks or anything for college football, but there are very interesting spreads and underdogs for this week. UNLV scored.
Yep.
Dalton, what is your Spread Eagle of the weekend?
So there were 2 games I was bouncing back and forth between. I was looking at Notre Dame minus 13.5 at Navy. I feel like Notre Dame's obviously the more talented program, the more talented team, but Navy plays Navy football. And I feel like, especially this season, as good as they are, I feel like Navy's got a real shot to win that game, and I think it's going to be very competitive.
We need Navy to win because we want them
undefeated Army versus undefeated Navy, yes.
And in the conference championship.
Yes, for a spot in the playoff.
That one's going to be really weird because they did the playoff selection like right after conference championships, right? And then the Army Navy game happens after, like, at the end of the season.
Yep.
Before the playoffs.
Yeah.
So what if there's a weird instance where, like, there's like a controversial call or like a controversial play, Navy squeaks by against Army in like in the American Conference Championship, and they put Navy in because they're undefeated and they're a conference champion, so they put them in the playoffs. Army Navy game happens. Army doesn't let that shit slide again, and they absolutely decimate Navy in the Army Navy game. You see how that's like this? I know like this is happening this season. Like Army and Navy being undefeated and two really good teams is happening with the new iteration of like the playoffs. It's kind of good it's happening this season so they can get that shit figured out.
Yeah, no, for sure. I just wish they delayed a week if that was the case.
Like for situations like this, like when Army and Navy
I wish they'd throw just a wrench in there and
because next year if Army and Navy are like 6-6 or like 5-7 on the season, then it's not going to matter. They're not going to make playoffs. But for seasons like this, it's really weird. But yeah, I agree with you. Navy, do you have them covering the spread?
I don't know. But the one that I am actually going to go with, game that I just mentioned to you, Oregon minus 22.5 versus Brett Bielema and the Fighting Illini. I like Illinois to keep this to a 10-point game.
What do you think the reason behind it was? Like Oregon win over Ohio State, Dylan Gabriel shows up in big games. I think
Oregon's finding themselves on offense, which is scary that I'm making this pick as this is happening. It's in Autzen Stadium. Big Ten teams so far this year, they haven't done well with the cross-country travel. So I think there's a lot of factors going into it that Vegas has given Oregon 22.5. And I think it's well earned. I think Oregon earns that. You know what I mean? But something about this Illinois team, man, they keep things close. They fight their ass off. I don't think they're going to win. I think Oregon still pulls it out, but I like them to keep this to a 10-point game.
Yeah. I think I agree with you on that. Now that I'm thinking about it. So my spread eagle was, I had a couple on here, but I went with which they're playing right now. USC Rutgers. USC was favored by 13.
Yeah. I think the line officially closed at 13.5.
Yeah. They're 3-4. They've lost to teams that they're just more talented than. Lincoln Riley he has some game management and coaching that they kind of they're head scratchers at times. I know Rutgers isn't a great team, and I expect USC to score points. I mean, they're playing right now. They're driving down the field pretty well. They usually do. They have Lincoln Riley's the best at scripting plays. Like his first 15 plays are incredible. Rutgers, I know that they haven't looked great since their win against Washington. I mean, they lost to Nebraska, who just has a better quarterback than they do. Nebraska's a frisky team before they got blown out by Indiana. They got absolutely smacked by Wisconsin, which Wisconsin might have found their identity and they may be good. And then they did lose to UCLA. That spread just feels absolutely ridiculous for them to be underdogs by that much.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Rutgers to cover that. I did. What was the other game that I had? I'll have to go back and find it. There was another game that I looked at. Oh, UCF versus BYU. UCF being favored 2.5 by BYU. Thought about going with that.
Yeah. UCF's got another. They got a couple of those. They got 14 versus Colorado at home, and Colorado just killed them. I don't know.
Did Vegas forget that they have KJ Jefferson at quarterback?
Yeah.
Is he hurt? And they're like, oh yeah, this new quarterback. I don't know. That just seems
Red Sox
very
playing?
Is
BYU playing?
Yeah, I mean, is there like an injury? Is there something that like I missed? Because BYU is the best team in the Big 12, right?
Iowa State.
I think BYU would beat Iowa State.
I think Iowa State kills BYU.
I
think they beat them.
I think BYU. I think that team is playing incredible football. Yeah, and Oklahoma State had a really good game against them, but they found a way to win late. and they've just been blowing teams out of the water. I like Rocco Becht. I like Iowa State and Matt Campbell, but I don't know, dude. If you ask me, I would be taking BYU to win the Big 12 this year. And I liked Kansas State.
I don't see anything about injury, by the way, so I think Retzlaff's fine.
Vegas knows something that I don't. That's scary. And that's
Oh no, we've had a couple bad weeks for Vegas though.
I didn't take that one just because of that. Like 3-4 UCF beat by Florida, not a very good football team. They started off good, but they've lost 4 straight. And they're going up against undefeated BYU, who's looked like a wagon in a lot of their games.
Yeah.
I stayed away from that one just because that scares me.
Who'd you go with?
USC. I'm gonna take Rutgers to cover that one.
Okay. By the way, Louisville came back
like
from being down 13.
I'm gonna look like an idiot when USC wins by 2 touchdowns.
Imagine they just scored.
Yeah. Well, I figured they would, but I don't know if I trust USC's defense.
That's fair. That's fair.
Who is your hungry dog of the weekend?
My hungry dog. Vandy, Texas is getting 18 points at Vandy. We talked about it a little bit. You've kind of talked me into it. It makes a little bit of sense. Like, this is a pissed off Texas team. Vanderbilt's not like surprising anyone anymore. Everyone kind of knows what Vanderbilt is, and I still think they're going to do well, and I think they'll compete for most of the game. And Diego Pavia is just a monster. But there's one that I brought up to you earlier, and I know that this team has been rolling. We're not too sure on the other one, but something in my soul, and I'm probably going to be way wrong on this, something in my soul is telling me Duke's going to cover, and they might outright win 11.5 versus SMU at home in Wallace Wade. 7 o'clock on the ACC network in Durham, North Carolina. I've been high. I've been so high on Malik Murphy. I've been such a huge fan of his, even when he was at Texas, even when he was a damn Longhorn. I've loved Malik Murphy. He's got a lot of yards, 14 touchdowns, 5 picks. I know SMU has been just killing people as of late, but I like the Blue Devils.
You like okay? That's your hungry dog. They're going to beat SMU. I like it. I like it.
I'm taking it.
I like that one, Dalton. I do.
What are you going with?
I was originally going to go with Bowling Green to beat Toledo. I know Bowling Green, kind of a rough start, and Toledo's just a way better football team than Bowling Green right now. But they've had some moments. I mean, Bowling Green, they had a chance to beat Penn State. They kept it really close with Texas A&M. I mean, they've been close in a bunch of these games, and then things kind of started to fall off a little bit. They did lose to Old Dominion. They did beat the game was close, but I felt like Bowling Green was in control against Akron most of that game. Like, they were just sustaining drives. They did lose to Northern Illinois, who did beat Notre Dame. So there's that. So I thought about going with Bowling Green to beat Toledo. Feisty team. They're frisky and fun.
Yeah.
I like them a lot. But no, my hungry dog, I'm going with the Badgers. I think the Badgers have found their identity. I think Penn State's probably not as good as we think. They're currently favored 6.5. I don't know. Penn State, everybody proclaimed that they were on cruise control in a lot of their games, and that makes sense. I mean, they're just probably one of the more talented teams in the country, and Andy Kotelnicki has completely fixed Drew Aller from being a shit quarterback to a really good quarterback. But they had a real big scare against USC last week, and Wisconsin, they figured out what they are. They are very good on defense, and they run the ball. That's what they do, and that's what they needed to figure out. I think this is going to be a staple win for Luke Fickell. You know this. Last season I became a Badgers fan when they hired Luke Fickell. So, I turned into a Badgers fan whenever they hired Luke Fickell. I like Luke Fickell a lot as a head coach.
I feel like there's only a certain amount of time before he truly really gets things going in Wisconsin.
And he needs like a big time win. I think
so.
like a staple win probably would have been USC. They got trounced by Bama. I guarantee you if they rematched again, it would not be as bad as it was. They lose their quarterback. Locke has to go in and become their quarterback. They didn't really have an identity at first. Fickle's completely turned that around. I think Wisconsin, I think they win. I think they outright win, and then wouldn't surprise me if it's by 6 or more. The spread currently 6.5 for Penn State. I wouldn't be surprised if Wisconsin won by 6. And I'm going to look like an absolute idiot whenever we come back on Monday and Penn State trounces Wisconsin.
I am too, because watch, we're going to come back on Monday and Vanderbilt's going to beat Texas and SMU's going to lose by, or Duke's going to lose by 40. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, no, but I like Wisconsin. I think that's my hungry dog. That's it.
I like it. UNLV's driving, man. Brennan Marion is making this.
Yeah, no, a lot of people had Boise State winning this game. I thought maybe Boise State. I think they're the better team, but I don't know. It doesn't really seem like that. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, balance.
We're getting extra innings baseball, by the way, in the World Series.
Huh?
We're getting extra innings baseball in the World Series.
Let's go. I can't watch it. I'm going to watch it tomorrow. I'll go back and watch the highlights, but I don't want this. I don't want our podcast to fuck up. So, I'm going to turn it on anyway.
Do it. Fuck it. Be fun.
Is there anything else you want to talk about for college football?
No, I think I'm good. I'm super stoked to get into this NFL week. I think this week's gonna be fun.
Go Green, by the way. Had a heartbreaker against Memphis. I think they bounced back big. I feel like I've been on too good of a roll lately with my NFL picks. 2 weeks ago, I was on fire.
Yep.
Or the past 2 weeks I've been on fire. I mean, I think I had like 2 that I've gotten wrong in the past 2 weeks. I'm very scared this week. Because I feel like
you're up on me. You got a 3-game spread on me right now.
I'm looking at these games and I know Vegas is going to have their way with me this week. So I'm very scared for that. And you get to go first again. So.
Yay.
NFL, let's go ahead and jump into it. We talked about the Thursday night game. First game, I guess we could talk about the Bengals and Eagles.
Yeah. It feels like 2 teams kind of trending in opposite directions almost.
You think so?
Well, I mean, the Eagles, I don't know. I don't trust the Eagles anymore.
Well,
they've won 2 straight, but they've won 2 straight. Look, their wins came against a Green Bay team in a really, just in the first game of the season, right?
Well, I felt like that was a good win.
I think it was. But they lose to the Falcons.
I understand you're upset because of that.
They beat the Saints. They lose to the Bucks, and then their 2 wins getting them on a roll are the Browns and the Giants. So I haven't seen them put enough consistent football together for me to truly trust the Eagles, and I feel like the Bengals are hot right now.
Well, who were the Bengals' last 2 wins? Can you bring that up for me real quick? I need to see.
It's the Giants and the Browns. Yeah. They beat the Panthers.
So we're gonna figure out about these 2 teams pretty quick. Also, something that you should keep note of: Eagles have not scored a single point in the first quarter this season.
Yeah. Hey, the Bengals haven't won a home game this year.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah. They're 3-1 on the road and 0-3 at home. So
and that's what we talked about. The past couple episodes, are the Bengals and Eagles finally figured it out, or did they play Deshaun Watson and Daniel Jones? So, I mean, there's that. Also, fun fact that I saw, credit Athlon Sports for this. These 2 teams have played I think the Eagles are 9-3-2 against the Bengals. 2 of the last 4, 2 of the last 4 results of these 2 teams playing did result in a tie. So in 2008, 13-13, the Donovan McNabb forgot he totally forgot that games can't tie. And then in 2020, the COVID year, when 23-23.
It's actually kind of wild. It's actually really wild.
Weird stat, right?
Yeah. But I feel like I trust the Bengals offense more right now. They've been hot, dude. And they've been hot all season.
Yeah. Well, sustaining drives, maybe not scoring points.
That's fair. I mean, Burrow's got 14 touchdowns this year.
So you do like the Bengals in this one?
I do.
think it's a good pick because there's also another stat. So Lamar Jackson's now 23-1 against NFC teams, which is like an absolutely insane stat. Which, by the way, that only loss was to Daniel Jones. We can't forget about that. Every time we bring up Lamar Jackson's NFC record,
so insane.
We always have to bring up that his only loss was to Daniel Jones so far. Oh. Yankees.
Sorry, we need to stop this. It's just too good. This is just great baseball. Yeah. So what happens when you get two best teams in the world?
Well, let me go back. Yeah, so Lamar Jackson, his stat, 23-1 against NFC teams. Joe Burrow is 10-1 straight up against NFC teams in his career.
That's crazy.
As well. So Joe Burrow.
Joe Cool.
He likes beating NFC teams, so also keep that in mind. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Honestly, I'm kind of on a fence on this. I think it's very even. I think this game could end in a tie. Like these.
Imagine if it does, dude.
Yeah, I what are the odds? Actually, we can look that up, can't we?
Probably. They just intentionally walked Rizzo.
I'm gonna look that up real quick. While I looked it up, we love OU and we love Lane Johnson. There's another stat. We should probably. I mean, we obviously do, and OU fans respect the hell out of Lane Johnson. He's one of the best, but maybe the rest of the NFL watchers should respect Lane Johnson because this season he is the only offensive tackle to allow 5 pressures this season, minimum 100 pass blocking snaps. So he just locks people down. He's one of the best. Hall of Famer, right? Like he has to be a Hall of Famer.
Yes, 100%.
He's not even close.
No, not at all. Good a few sinners in this game.
The odds for this to end in a tie is plus 6,000, 60-1. That's going to get
take that.
Yeah, it should be like 3-1, if anything.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is like a very evenly matched game. I mean, the ESPN match predictor has the Eagles favored a little bit, but
I do actually like this. I feel like this is going to get a lot of run on Red Zone though.
Yeah, show this game as much as you can, especially if the Eagles' offense is playing good. And the Eagles are in must now. Like they're in must win now mode, right? Like they
100%.
They have no room for error. I feel like they could probably get away with like 2 more losses, but that's it. Like they cannot lose.
What's going to be tough for them is the fact that the Ravens have been so good.
Yeah. They have to beat the Ravens.
Yeah, they can't fall back on like the Bucks. The Bucks could possibly, or the Falcons could possibly skirt by and win their division and make it in the playoffs and make a run. The Bengals don't have that luxury.
Yeah, no, the Bengals they have no room for error. They're third in their division. Yeah, they're third in their division right now. The Ravens lead, Steelers right behind them.
Yep.
And it feels like the Eagles are in must-win territory as well. Like they have to win, not anything to do with the playoffs or like to win their division, but they're just going to get booed by their fans.
Yeah, I think Sirianni might cry.
Yeah, Sirianni. I mean, he might have another mental breakdown if they don't win. So, yeah, that was our Eagles-Bengals talk. Next game, I think we need to fly by these.
Yeah, a few of these we do.
Titans-Lions. The big story from this one was DeAndre Hopkins getting traded to the Chiefs.
Yeah. Do you think D-Hop still got some run left in him?
I think Andy Reid will fix that. He's probably not as explosive as he used to be. Like he doesn't. It's not like it was like a few years ago when he was in Houston and even his like first 2 seasons with the Cardinals when. I mean, the guy was like the best receiver in the NFL, arguably. My favorite receiver. He's been my favorite since he was a rookie. But yeah, he got traded to the Chiefs. They are going to get him going. Good move since Rashee Rice is out for the season and Hollywood Brown is too. Like if you're going to make if you want to win 3 in a row, like you have to have somebody else other than Xavier Worthy and Travis Kelce. Yeah,
I thought there was an outside shot they'd go get a Cooper Kupp.
Yeah. Ooh, don't do it, Sebastian. I'm done with the Titans. I am. But yeah, no, the Titans. I actually have a question for you.
What's up?
So the Titans love to sign old, out of their prime wide receivers. They did it with Andre Johnson, Julio Jones, DeAndre Hopkins. Who's going to be the next one? I want you to predict it.
Let's see. Who are the Titans going to sign next? Is there old?
Devontae Adams in like 7 years.
No, it's going to be someone more obscure than that. I think it's going to be like
Justin Jefferson.
Tyler Lockett in 3 years.
No, but like big time. Like I'm talking because that's been the trend. Like these are big time, like top of the line, top 5 wide receivers that are just like end up being out of their prime and they go to
Nico Collins. They're going to keep the Houston thing going.
Nico Collins. Is he a big time wide receiver? Like, is he a top 5?
I think he's going to get there.
Yeah.
I think he'll get there.
I agree with you. on that. Yeah, we'll figure out. No, the Lions, I mean, they're probably – you're going to have to convince me that the Lions aren't the best team in the NFL right now.
I don't think you can convince me that the Lions aren't the best team in the NFL. I think they are.
The Ravens, the Chiefs, I mean, those are two –
Packers.
I mean, in like a fantasy land, I mean, they're kind of dog shit, but whatever.
The Lions are the best team in football, though, and they should.
This is also the first time that Dan Campbell Lions team is a double-digit favorite. So there's that going for them. The Lions could like get hammered on proper 12, wear those drunk goggles while they're at it. They can tie both of their legs together and chop off their arms, and they could still win this game easily. Like, it just feels like they're so much better than the Titans. And
they could actually remember last week or the week before when I asked you if there was any shot that Ben Johnson was going to have like the offensive positioning swap. So like all your skill position players, offensive linemen, and then your blockers or they could do this and still cover.
Yeah, no, the Lions like have everything. Explosive offense, Dan Campbell, Ben Johnson, Jared Goff playing like an MVP. They have the perfect offense. Like, I just feel there's no RPOs. It's all play action. It's Jared Goff being efficient. It's a very pro with some it's a pro style offense with, tricks up their sleeve. They've got a bag of tricks. The clip has not been emptied. Titans have a good front seven.
That's about it.
Yes. Yeah, no, you can't do what you were saying the Lions could do against this front seven, against this Devontae Sweat, Jefferson, and Sebastian today. But would not surprise me. That's fair.
Yeah, they'd come out and do it for a play.
Who would be the quarterback? Who would they snap the ball to? Frank Ragnow?
Yeah.
The center?
Yep, I think so.
Who does he throw a touchdown to? Dan Campbell.
I'm going to say Taylor Decker, Penei Sewell, but
head coach Dan Campbell is eligible as a wide receiver. That'd be sick.
No, that would be hilarious.
It just feels like the Lions are just so much better than like the Titans, and that kind of scares me, and like it kind of makes me want to bet on the Titans, but I know that's going to be I've learned my lesson. I can't do it again. So, yeah, there's that.
Every time I see these spreads in the NFL, I want to take the underdog to at least cover, but I have to talk myself out of this one.
Yeah. Oh, what is this? Detroit 11.5.
Yeah.
So, that should be an easy one. Well, let's rapid fire get through these. The next game, Browns Ravens.
Ravens should roll. Jameis Winston is starting though.
Yeah. What the hell?
Jameis is getting the start. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. You say rapid fire, but
not like necessarily rapid fire, but we're just gonna get through quicker than we usually do. Yeah, Jameis is gonna get the start. Big boost for this fan base. Big morale boost for this football team. Jameis Winston, probably not your favorite quarterback, but definitely the vibes are just way too high. Like, he's the ultimate vibes. He leads the league in vibes. And I think that I think the Browns could be alive in this game. I know that the Ravens are just roll everybody that they play, or it seems like they're going to, and the Browns are just stuck in a bad spot. But rivalry game, Browns have. I mean, the Ravens last season, like in the regular season, we thought they were the best team in the NFL, and the Browns had a couple of games. made it close. So
Fair enough,
and Deshaun
fair
Watson's not playing. It's Jameis Winston. But Amari Cooper isn't there, and I know that's a big factor. But Nick Chubb did score a touchdown last week. I think they're going to get him rolling. So they could be live. I'm not saying they're going to win the game, but it could be better than what you predicted. I know you don't put much thought into the NFL. I got to carry this podcast. It's fine. Well, it's because you're a Packers fan. There's only one thing on your mind.
Cheese.
Yeah. Just
fucking,
cheese. Yeah.
Cheese and Lombardi.
Yeah, we'll cut this episode short so you can cut the cheese. You stinky.
I do got a shit. Anyways, I mean, look, the Browns can keep this thing close, and you're right. Jameis Winston, ultimate glue guy, ultimate vibes guy, and the whole NFL adage: you get the backup quarterback in there.
I think I'm finally excited to watch a Browns game. Just for Jameis. That's it.
Yeah, that is true. It's gonna cut to that from Red Zone. You're gonna see something absolutely hilarious. You're gonna decide to go put the game on. Like it's gonna be. We're gonna get the
most James. We're gonna get all of Jameis Winston. We can't take it for granted because we don't know how much more we're gonna get.
That is absolutely correct. But I do think the Ravens roll.
Rolling on OU boys like we did with Lane Johnson. The cool stat that from the last game, Ravens Bucks Monday Night Football. Mark Andrews getting that touchdown has now made him the franchise leader in touchdown receptions with 43. I think the last record was held by Torrey Holt.
That's crazy.
Ravens haven't really done receivers well, I guess. Zay Flowers is a stud. Rashawn Bateman is getting better, but a tight end to be a franchise leader in touchdown receptions is pretty remarkable. Pretty crazy.
He won OU Twitter's strain chain.
I like those. That's actually pretty sick.
It's cool. I enjoy it. I enjoy it.
I like those a lot. But yeah, Mark Andrews, stud. But yeah, I kind of agree with you on the Ravens, but I am going to be watching this game. I think the Browns make it closer than what we think it could be. I wouldn't be surprised if at one point the Browns lead before the Ravens start rolling back. 8.5 is the spread. Pretty big spread. I think there's going to be a lot more hype in this. But another interesting stat, and I'm glad it's Jameis Winston in the stat. I'm not glad that it is Jameis Winston, but I'm glad that he might be able to fix this problem for them. Since 2013, this will be the 64th game played by a backup quarterback for the Browns. This is the most by any one franchise in the NFL by over 15 games. So in a 15, like in that span.
You think that guy's going to keep adding to his jersey?
He's got to put Jameis on there now.
Got to put Jameis on there.
Yeah, got to put Jameis on there.
That's got to be, other than Baker, that's got to be the Browns' most exciting quarterback to come through there in a while.
Manziel was pretty exciting.
I mean, Manziel was exciting because it was hilarious. Well, I guess that's the same thing for Jameis, though. So.
Well, I mean, a lot of Browns fans were. I mean, a lot of fans were happy about that because we didn't know. A lot of people didn't know that it was the fallout for Manziel was going to happen. He was exciting. I mean, he was a good quarterback in college. So
he was. I never thought it was going to work out in the NFL, though.
Yeah, you don't like fun. I know. You're a Packers fan.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, I'm a Manziel guy, so we'll talk about my guy like that.
Oh, my bad, man. My bad. Yeah. I'll just keep hating on Josh Allen and Manziel. So.
Yeah. Nah, shocking. Packers fans hate fun. You like Jordan Love and you want to suck his queef. That's all.
I do.
Yeah.
I'll make some Jordan Love to him.
That's insane. Since 2013, this will be the 64th game played by a backup quarterback.
No, that's nuts, dude. That's so insane.
The most in the NFL by over 15 games in that span. That's absolutely insane.
Who do you think would be second?
The Bears, probably. Would not shock me if it was the Bears.
Jets, maybe?
Yeah, Jets, Bears.
Texans? No, the Texans had some good run with Schaub, and not that they were great, but they had enough run, I think, with Schaub and Watson that it kind of clears them.
And I saw it, and I totally forgot who it was, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was the Bears and the Jets. So we don't do quarterbacks well. That's why Caleb came to save us. Should we go on the next
Jags, maybe. Yeah. Let's move
on. Jets, Patriots. Stinky game?
Stinky.
I have a question about your boy, Aaron Rodgers.
I'm not
What you
born
got?
anymore.
What?
So, I'm just kidding. I love Aaron to death.
That shocked me. Were you actually being serious?
No.
Oh,
God,
okay.
no. God,
I
no.
legit thought you were being serious.
I have a shitty tattoo on my leg in honor of Aaron Rodgers. Okay.
Okay. No, I believe you. Okay. I was actually like shocked.
And
There for a second.
take him back for a second, huh?
Yeah. Damn. Well, I have a question about your boy.
What's up?
Is he getting old?
Yes. God, yes.
Because he has another injury.
Yeah.
He added a hamstring injury to his CVS receipt list of injuries.
Yeah.
So kind of getting up there in age.
Oh, come on. You can't buy ayahuasca at CVS.
No, I mean, that's true.
Maybe you might be able to buy it behind CVS, but not at CVS.
Yeah. I wonder where he gets it from. I know he goes on the conference. No, I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Rogan's filmed a pod with Trump. Do you see that?
Yeah.
And we're not going to get political at all on this. We're not going to get political at all on this, but I'm very excited to watch that. That's going to be wildly entertaining.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna watch that too. I haven't seen the Joe Rogan podcast in a while. Probably just gonna ask Trump if he's done DMT.
Yeah.
Have you ever done DMT? Yeah, I love DMT. I only get the best DMT. Anyways,
I'm the best at taking DMT. No one's better than me.
I have another question about your boy Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if you've seen the video, but Ghetto Gronk posted on Twitter and
Ghetto Gronk.
Yeah, you know Ghetto Gronk. He posted on Twitter and Aaron Rodgers was seen on the sideline eating his boogers.
I did see that. I think sometimes in the middle of the game, you just need a snack and you get some protein in.
Well, yeah, no, and a lot of people thought that was like extremely crazy. Like, oh, this guy eats his boogers. He's weird. And I was like, well, yeah, he is, but like, they're normal.
He's got a healthy diet. It's not like it's anything nasty. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, he ate his boogers on the sideline. I've dropped a piece of candy on the floor and like picked it up and ate it. 5-second rule. I mean, that's something that's people pee in pools.
Does a 5-second rule apply to what's in your nose?
Yeah, no, I mean.
Or is it just similar?
Yeah, it's similar.
Okay.
I mean, have you not ever picked at your nose and eaten a booger? You never tried when you were a kid?
I mean, when I was a little kid, maybe, but.
Yeah. Well, what about like recently?
No, not recently.
What do Packers fans like have up there? Do they have just like cheese?
That's where cheese curds come from.
Okay, I figured. Well, and I mean, it's not that weird, right? Like people like pee in pools. They fucking eat stuff off the floor.
Yeah, it's not.
Or some other like things that aren't necessarily accepted, but it's like common. Sticking gum under your table.
Yeah. Picking at your ass, like Joel Embiid did. I brought it up earlier. Picking at your ass and
scratching your nuts and smelling it. Guys do.
Well, we all do that.
Yeah. But it looks.
You gotta smell what's down there. You gotta know what you got going.
Yeah, no. Being a Bears fan and having to watch all my quarterbacks fail forever until I finally.
What do Bears fans do? Do they what's the weird thing they do? Just cry themselves to sleep usually, or?
Usually they will bring down the other teams in their division because we've been so bad forever. We never get the quarterback right. We always have to make excuses for why he's the guy. But if
they just send guys from the south, do they just send guys from the south side of Chicago to go rob other NFC North fans?
Come on, man. No, that's rough. Those are my
you think there's just you think there's just a huge fight going on between like Detroit and like south side of Chicago guys, and then Green Bay and Minneapolis fans are just like, hey, we'll stay out the way.
I think Minneapolis fans, I don't know, what do Vikings fans do? They just skull. I can imagine going to Minnesota and just everybody being like skull.
Stupid as fuck. Yeah. I will say I've been in Minneapolis. There's a Juicy Lucy burger up there that kicks ass, and it's fantastic.
Fucking awesome.
Yes, it's so good. Minneapolis is fun.
My next destination, I want to go to Pittsburgh. They have this place called Permani's. Oh, yeah? Apparently, they have some of the best fucking sandwiches ever. It's like a big staple there. The Big O, Ritter's. There's a lot of places in Pittsburgh I want to go to. Also,
best thing I've ever had, though, hands down, no doubt, Wrigley Field Chicago dog. Top tier. Nothing beats it.
100% top tier. That's
nothing beats
the best. And they have like the 85-year-old woman working the concessions. Love that.
Do you want another? Sure.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna go back to Wrigley Field at some point. Anyway, we're way off topic. Yeah, no, but I saw that video. I just thought it was funny. I kind of like the over in this game, big time.
40.5.
We'll get to it later. But yeah, no, the Jets. I think they played some tough defenses. Some like
feels like
top
a
of the
get
line
right game for them, right?
Yeah, they played like extremely tough defenses. Like EPA wise, like they played like top 10 defenses the past 4 weeks. So Patriots defense. Remember, Joe Romero said they were soft.
Yeah.
So there's that. So maybe the Jets figured out. I like Devontae Adams' touchdown.
Oh yeah.
I think it's there this week.
Oh yeah. I think he even probably gets 100 yards.
Yeah. But Drake May, I mean, I just think the Patriots defense sucks, and Drake May is just gonna.
Drake May's been fun. Drake May's been fun since he started playing.
Yeah. I think they're gonna be scoring a lot of points, so we'll see.
I agree.
Next game, Cardinals Dolphins. Tua's back.
Tua's back. No guardian cap.
Yeah, no guardian cap. That is.
Did you see the advice Tyreek Hill had for Dolphins fans?
What was it?
He said that you see it with Colts fans. They cheer and get happy when Anthony Richardson slides, and they endorse him to slide. So he said Miami fans just start doing that for Tua. So every time Tua slides, they should really cheer and get really happy for him.
Probably very smart. And I know Tyreek Hill is very happy to have him back and probably wants some sliding. It almost made Tyreek Hill cry that Tua's back. He said Tua looked great, felt like old times. We connected on a few deep routes today, and that got me feeling good. I missed him. I missed him so much. I told him I got to take him and his wife out to dinner because I missed him so much. Shit was so beautiful. That shit almost made me cry today. Like just having him in the lineup, running plays, calling the offense, directing the offense.
You want to pause what we're doing right now and watch this? They just walked Mookie Betts and loaded the bases.
No, we can keep it on.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, Freddie Freeman's up.
Yes. No, but while we're watching it. Oh my God. That was quick.
Oh my fucking
what a comeback.
God.
I mean, I had just turned it up.
Freddie fucking Freeman.
That's game 1. Wow.
Oh my God, dude. I love Freddie Freeman so much.
This is going to be an awesome series. And this is what we wanted, the two best teams. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Freddie Freeman. That was
holy
insane.
Shit. That was awesome.
Yeah. Game 1, Dodgers. I'm going to take the Yankees game 2. I think if this series is going to be insane and going to be a game 7, just like all-time series, Yankees have to win the next game and make it 1-1.
100%.
So I think I like the Yankees tomorrow. I'm going to watch that game too. But yeah, no, Tyreek Hill is back. Made him cry that Tua is finally back. Makes sense. He's had Skylar Thompson, Tyler Huntley, and Tim Boyle throwing to him. So yeah, there's that. Tua not wearing the Guardian cap. Not my decision. Yeah, I really just don't care. But I don't know.
Whatever he feels is best for him.
Do you think this is like the Dolphins? Like, obviously, it's going to provide a spark. He just does so much better in this offense than the other quarterbacks do. Their offense has kind of not been very good, even with the Tua.
I'm curious to see how much they give him. That ball is going to be worth so much fucking money, by the way. Yeah. I'm curious to see, not because they're trying to keep him safe, per se, but I wonder if they're going to try to ease him back into things, or if they just let him go and just rip the bandage off and just let Tua go out there and just ball.
Well, I do wonder that as well, because the Dolphins, they currently rank second best in pass blocking against the Cardinals D-line, which is 24th in the NFL.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is going to be
strength on weakness.
Yeah, it's going to be strength. Like, they're going to have to, like, throw some different things out there. Slide the protection. They're going to have to do some play action, boot stuff, where you're getting the offensive line to go one way, let Tua, maybe do a little boot, which, By the way, like random thing that I did today during my lunch break, I drew up an awesome play action play. I gotta send it to you.
Oh, nice.
I just like made one up in my head, and I was like, this would work if like I was actually a good offensive. This would work in my head.
Maybe you should email it to Joe John Finley and be like, hey, dude, please.
Yeah. I have a playbook. You need the players to be able to execute. But yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I wonder how, like, if they just like let him loose, like gunslinger, like give him everything.
Yeah, I would. Like you mentioned, it's strength on weakness for the Dolphins. I think you maybe get a drive in or two and let him just get his feet under him, let him kind of get going, and then rip the cord, man. Beyblade, let it fucking rip, dude. Let him go out there and just let Tua cook.
Yep. Right? I think you're going to need to. I mean, you got a big test against the Cardinals, which, by the way, remember when the Dolphins scored 70 points last year?
Yeah. I
think they've scored less than 70 points this season, or at least it's felt like it, right? Like one game they scored 70 points against the Broncos last season, and I think they need a big game. They need like a statement win. I don't know if it's going to be against the Cardinals, but I think at some point this season they do need to get like a big time. Like if they're going to be confident for the rest of the season with how banged up they are, like once they get some guys back and healthy, like they need like they got to score 50 points at least one game. That's going to bring the confidence back in the in not only like the offense but Tua specifically.
I completely agree.
Cardinals, Kyler Murray, very, very fun to watch when he is rolling.
And he's going to have to roll if they want to be competitive the rest of the season.
Push him. Yeah. They did that last week.
Yeah.
Probably not the quarterback you want during a tush push.
Maybe not. I wouldn't think so.
Like him, Bryce Young, definitely not Bryce Young. I think he would just like
Tua.
Yeah, Tua. Oh, definitely not fucking Tua. I don't know. I'm trying to think of some other
Imagine ones. That would be so comically funny. Kirk Cousins. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers.
Dude. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers would just like smother to dust. Yeah. He would just turn to dust.
That would be hilarious though if they get like fourth in like a full, not even like a half yard, but fourth in a full one, and Miami just goes out there and tush pushes Tua into fucking oblivion.
Oh man, I don't really have much else on this game.
No, I don't have a ton on it either.
Next game, Falcons-Bucks. The Bucks are decimated. They've lost everyone. And by everyone, that's Mike Evans and Chris Godwin.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like the Bucks are in a spot now where they're still going to win games, but it just kind of seems like it's the Falcons that are going to take the division this season. That's two massive losses to your offense, and I'm not going to count against Baker. Like, he's dealt with worse in wide receiving. I mean, he's definitely had. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, no, he's had situations at wide receiver that I felt like have been worse than what he's currently dealing with. Big game for Jalen McMillan though. Like he's going to have to step up.
Yeah. No, you're going to have to get some guys. Big K. Dalton game.
Yeah.
And Bucky Irving and Rashad. They've ran the ball well. Bucky Irving and Rashad White, right? It's Rashad White, right?
And I went back and forth on this one because I like the Falcons to win the game. I know it's in Tampa Bay, but the wide receiver chemistry that he had with Chris Godwin this season, Chris Godwin was, second place in yards, like receiving yards. And he's probably going to finish in the top three. And he already has that connection with Mike Evans. Like Mike Evans is like the best go-to wide receiver, one of the best, if anything. But like I go back and forth on this because also the Bucks are wearing their creamsicles.
Yeah.
So there's that. They're 1-4 when wearing those, so something to keep your eye on. But like when you watch this matchup, or you look at this matchup on paper and you watch this game, like the Falcons should win this game. They should go 2-0 against the Bucks. But then we're going to look up and the Bucks are going to be ahead going into the fourth quarter and probably win the game. And we're going to be asking like, how the hell did the Bucks end up winning this game? And then you're going to see that Bucky Irving has 500 scrimmage yards.
Yep.
it's going to be like, well, that'll do it.
Yeah.
He's a stud, dude. Bucky Irving, sick name for a player too.
He's played his fucking ass off.
Yeah, and he was a stud at Oregon, but I just feel like he's played better than like he just makes everything out of nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been a huge Bucky Irving guy since he was at Oregon. Like I've been so big and so high on Bucky Irving.
Yeah. No, absolute stud. But I think they're going to be able to run the ball because again, the Falcons defense continues to they're not able to finish the job with sacking the quarterback. They get pressures, but they average less than a sack a game. You know, Baker, like his decision making has been better than it had been. I mean, I know the Saints game, it was like,
yeah, but sometimes you just need
like,
Baker to go out there and just ball, though.
Yeah.
Just throw everything at, just throw everything.
Yeah, I hope we get the ultimate Baker style again.
I do too.
Next game. I mean, there's really just not much on that game currently. I'll be watching it.
Yeah.
Next game. Packers-Jags. Robert Salah has entered the building.
He has.
He is. What is he doing? Coaching the offense from a defensive perspective, or?
Yeah, it's like a weird offensive analyst type thing where he's bringing a defensive perspective. I don't know, but whatever it is, hopefully it helps. Like I hope it helps. It should hopefully help, and I don't know. I don't know that they necessarily need it, but it can't hurt, right?
Yeah. I mean, he found a home, I guess. Huh.
You know, it's weird. So much of Packers Twitter, when Robert Saleh got fired, all of Packers Twitter was like, watch out for him to show up in Green Bay. You know, Matt LaFleur was the best man at his wedding, yada, yada, yada. Everyone was like, watch out. He's going to be in Green Bay soon. And this wasn't even beat writers. And I was like, I don't know. I mean, maybe, but I don't know. And then I'm sitting there in my office the other day, Twitter starts going off like crazy. And I just start seeing pictures of fucking Bob Salah in the middle of the Packers field sitting next to LaFleur. And I was like, all right, well, I swung and missed on that one. I was way wrong.
You would take Robert Salah to be the head coach, or not head coach, the defensive coordinator any day, though, right?
You'd think so. I think if he gets fired in the offseason, I think he's Green Bay's DC. But Jeff Hafley's done well. I love Hafley. I think so. But Bob Salah was such a good offensive coordinator at San Francisco. But he also had so many defensive coordinator. But he also had so many tools at his disposal there. Like they had dudes, especially along the front seven, and they still do. But I think he could certainly help. So, yeah. But look, it's only a 4-point spread. We'll get into it later in our dick picks. It might be a little bit of a hint as to where I'm leaning, but I think the Packers should do pretty well in this game. Jags have been, I don't know if hot's the right word for it lately, but they found something in Take Bigsby.
Yeah,
Brian Thomas is great.
Right?
What, 2 straight? One game? Yeah, 1 game. Oh, yeah, because they lost Chicago, huh? So, I don't know. Take Bigsby's been doing well, but I just don't know if it's enough necessarily. I think the Packers have been playing really good football lately. So,
I went back and forth on this, and I'm finally. I'm not going to overthink it. I think the Packers roll. I think you shit on this team.
Appreciate that.
No, I mean it's just purely from like eye test, like watching both of the teams.
Yeah, so. The Packers, like Jordan Love, has been in this groove where he feels like he can throw any pass and make any throw.
I think this is a game like you can win comfortably. I want to see Jordan Love make just like another like ridiculous. Like he's been Brett Favre this season.
Yeah,
he has been. It's just like his stat line.
What's crazy is like
he's got like 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 400 yards, and like his like past like 3 games or whatever.
My fantasy team is like, what are you doing? Like he's like getting so many points, and then he's like shooting himself in the foot a little bit. But he's been Brett Favre. But like one of his picks against Houston last week was a perfectly thrown ball.
Yeah.
Except the Houston player just made a great play on it and got in the way. So it's just one of those deals. But he's been fantastic. I love Jordan. Jordan Love, whatever.
got to be more careful. Like that touchdown to Tucker Kraft last week against the Texans. That he can't do that in the playoffs.
No, you're not always going to get away with that one. Yeah. And I saw like the Houston DB, because there were people like, "Oh my God, this amazing throw by Jordan Love," which it was, right? Like you can't defend a perfect pass, but that was it was close. If he's a millisecond earlier, it's pick.
Yeah.
That was a fantastic. I know we talked about it, obviously, but that Packer-Texans game last week was everything we thought it was going to be at the beginning of the season. It was great.
That was your Super Bowl matchup, wasn't it?
It was. It actually was, man. I got a case of beer riding on that, too.
Yeah, Super Bowl matchup. I don't think it's close. I think the Packers win this game comfortably. I think they cover the spread, and they might get the over by themselves. Which the Jags, their offense has been really good. They were really good against the Patriots, which a lot of defenses or a lot of offenses have been good against the Patriots. But
yeah,
they were 4 dropped passes in that game against the Bears, and the Bears have a good defense, which I know they got some guys that are out. So, I mean, that doesn't help. But
yeah, the Packers should handle business, though.
I still think points are going to be – I think the Jaguars are going to score at least 20. I think so, just because they're getting things rolling with that offense. But
yeah, I think Bixby's done great, man. He's been good. But
I will think much more differently about the Packers defense if they only give up 2 touchdowns.
Okay. Keep them under 20?
Yeah, I'll start respecting their defense a little bit more because I think they have players. I think they're still trying to put it together.
They've been more opportunistic than good, right? They've been a little bit, and sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, but they've made plays on the ball and forced turnovers, and they're leading the NFL in turnovers, but they've been inconsistent in being consistent, right?
They were awesome against the Texans, though. Like, they were
great, yeah.
Joe Mixon.
I mean, they held C.J. Stroud to 86 yards, man.
Yeah, we can go ahead and get into that game real quick. Colts Texans.
The Colts are so surprising at 4-3. Like we talked about it last week, the fact that they were 4-3, but still, like what the fuck? Like how are they?
And their defense just added DeForest Buckner. He's back.
Yeah.
So he had been injured, and now that he's back, that's going to be that's good for them. They need him back.
Anthony Richardson's still starting for them, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Anthony Richardson, fantastic athlete. Guy, yeah. Because I've been so hard on him and I've been kind of harping on him and saying like he's not a very good quarterback. He's kind of shit. I'm hoping he proves me wrong at this point. I don't like doing that. I want him to prove me wrong. I want him to be a good quarterback, and for me to come on this podcast one day and be like, yeah, I was wrong. The guy ended up being what the Colts saw in him to draft him 4 overall.
Yeah,
I got some stats for you.
Long. Oh.
Yeah. Picked off.
Bad pick.
This game's going to be good.
Yeah. Exactly what I thought it was going to be. Exactly what I wanted it to be as well.
Yeah. I got some 2024 season stats for you in regards to Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson's 2024 completion percentage so far, I want you to take a guess. Just any numbers. Start out there.
53.4%.
48.5%.
God damn it. I was thinking 48. Son of a bitch.
48.5%. Second worst behind him, or would it be in front of him? Like if you're second best, you're in front, or if you're second worst,
you're in front. Yeah.
Yeah. Second worst in front of him. Take a guess. Genty.
No, wait, C.J. Stroud.
No.
Okay, I thought you were trying to lob something up there for me.
I'll give you one more.
Will Levis?
It's not going to be as obvious, but he was a starter and not starting anymore.
Will Levis?
No. Jacoby Brissett.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
58.5. He has 10% higher completion percentage.
Damn. What's Will Levis at? I'm just curious now.
Jamie looked it up.
66.4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
better than expected.
Not very a very great company.
No.
Not good for Anthony. And
Jordan's only at 61.
Jordan Love?
Yeah.
Well, he's had some rough.
He got 8 picks.
Yeah. And, injuries. So
Only 5 games played, 8 picks. Yeah.
Speaking of Jordan, so I have another stat for you about Anthony Richardson. So among players within 150 or more pass attempts in their first 2 seasons in the NFL, hold on, let me read it. Sorry, I had to take notes on it. I should have just screenshot it on my phone, but I saw the stat. So Anthony Richardson, among players with 150 plus pass attempts in their first 2 seasons in the NFL, the lowest completion percentage. So this is in the last decade. The lowest completion percentage is Bryce Petty at 53.5. DeShone Kizer at 53. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 53.1%. And then Anthony Richardson at 53.5.
Damn.
Yeah. So Bryce Petty and DeShone Kizer at 53.1%. Anthony Richardson 53.5.
Anthony Richardson almost feels like touchdown or bust on every play.
Yeah, and he'll throw a deep ball to Alec Pierce that you're like, the guy's got a cannon. I mean, his deep ball is incredible, but he's got to figure some stuff out with the intermediate passing game. And you have Shane Steichen as your coach.
I know.
Guys, great coach, by the way. The Texans, the Colts should not be 4-3, but they are. So
yeah,
that's definitely the guy moving forward. But yeah, no. Oh, Jonathan Taylor comes back. We do need to note that. So that's good for them. They need.
I thought he was coming back last week, and I accidentally started him in fantasy.
Oh no, that's rough. Ashton Genty, dude.
It's great.
That's great. Happy for him.
He should win the Heisman this year.
Well, the Colts aren't going to just roll over and die in this game though, because I know the Texans. Everybody kind of anointed them as a Super Bowl favorite. I pushed back a little bit, which I felt was almost stupid when we did our season 1 episode.
Yeah.
Or our season 2 first episode. I thought probably not a good idea for me to say that I don't think the Texans are going to be all that they're made out to be, but I'm not going to say I'm wrong. I'm not going to say that I was right. There's a lot of season left, but they have been weird this year, haven't they? The Texans, their offense has been sputtering.
Yeah, they've also some of their star players, Mixon, Nico Collins, Tank Dell's coming back from everything he went through. Yeah, tearing his ACL and getting fucking shot.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the Josh Reynolds thing?
No. What's going
on? Denver receiver Josh Reynolds last Friday was at a strip club at 3 a.m. Strip club ended up getting shot up.
That. Oh,
and don't love that. That was bad timing on your part. bad timing on your part. But he's heading home and someone followed him and they shot up his car. He got hit in the arm and the back of the head.
Oh my God.
He only sustained minor injuries though, so they're thinking
head?
Yeah, like a graze in the back of the head or something. But yeah, so he's fine, but they're pretty crazy.
Yeah, dude, I'm praying for him, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I do love the part of him going to the strip club. That's awesome.
Yes.
But probably shouldn't do that anymore. You don't want to get shot up anymore.
Yeah, no.
And you're also a lot of season left to go.
Yeah, and they're surprisingly, what are they? I can't find the fucking. They're 4-3 as well. So we'll get into it with our dick pics. We'll see. Do you think Texans? I think it's close. I agree with you. I think it's a close game. I don't know.
Because the Texans have just been very weird. Their 2 losses are to NFC North teams. So there is that. So good division.
Juggernaut that is the NFC North this year.
Yeah, very good division. We didn't talk about this, but the Packers, if they win, they take second place.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Vikings.
But so next game we got here is the first game of the evening slate. Wow. Saints Chargers.
Yes.
Derek Carr questionable to play, but still probably not likely.
I think Spencer Rattler is. I don't remember if I saw this, and it could be a very unreliable source. Which, if you know me, I believe anything. I think Spencer Rattler is starting.
Okay.
So I think that. I love the Chargers in this game.
Yeah, I do too. I don't know that it's even close, to be honest with you.
I love the Chargers. The Saints, they stink. I mean, they started off hot and then everything.
Remember when everyone was like, "Are the Saints Super Bowl contenders?" And then now it's like, "Are the Saints going to pick first overall?"
Yeah. Dude. I mean, it's been rough for the Saints. Also, probably not going to put this in my dick picks, but I do like a parlay with J.K. Dobbins over 1.5 touchdowns.
I like that. J.K. Dobbins has played well this year.
Yeah, I like J.K. I hope he stays healthy. He's fun to watch.
God, please. I love J.K. I like J.K. Dobbins a lot. I think the NFL is a lot better place when he's playing.
Yeah, or like when he's one of the running backs that like is kind of on the board, like on everybody's map. Like he's so fun and explosive. But I like him to score at least 2 touchdowns in this game. Did you see Alvin Kamara got a new contract?
I did. Saint for life, man.
Yeah, after breaking his hand.
Yeah.
He's gonna be playing with a broken hand. I love how that's just so perfectly Saints. Like they're in cap hell. Hey, let's sign Alvin Kamara, who's getting old and has a broken hand, to a new contract.
At running back of all positions. It's not like he's older.
Kind of a stud.
I mean, he is. God, I still can't get that Christmas game out of my head. Remember that?
Yeah. I can't get the game against the Cowboys out of my head.
Yeah, I know.
He was ridiculous in that game. Yeah, no. I just had that written down like in my notes. Ha 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 ha. So perfectly Saints. So. Yeah, no.
I like the Chargers a lot in this one, though.
Yeah, I do like the Chargers too. But something to keep your eye on. The Chargers haven't scored a second half touchdown this season since week 1. So
that was the Raiders game when they got in a fight, right?
Yeah, they scored a second half touchdown. Yeah, they need to fight Kirsten.
They do. God, they would be that. Fuck that, dude.
Well, and again, like. They got Quentin. They are banged up at receiver, so Brendan Rice hasn't gotten the chance to like play. I think he ended up getting banged up before the season started, so he hasn't had too much. Quentin Johnson, I don't know if he's coming back. Olave is coming back for the Saints, so that is one thing to keep your eye on.
Yeah.
So they didn't have him. Does Michael Thomas still exist? Is he a free agent?
He got turf toe and killed himself, I thought.
Yeah. Is he still with the Saints? Can we look that up?
No, I don't think so. I'm looking it up right now, though. Keep going.
The Chargers, we knew they needed pass catchers, but they're building the right way, and Jim Harbaugh's going to have this team going. I think they're going to draft a wide receiver. I say that, and then they probably draft like another offensive lineman to play fullback.
He's free agent.
Okay.
Maybe that's who. Maybe that's who the Titans. Yeah, maybe the Titans go get Michael Thomas, dude.
Right.
It'd be hilarious.
They're gonna put a second back on the clock. They just kneeled it. What? Why did you put the second back?
You're in Vegas, bro. Gamble, pussies. Next game here. Surprising stat that I just had to look up. So we got Bills Saints as the other of the 305 game. Geno Smith leads the NFL in passing yards.
Bills Seahawks, yeah.
Or Bills Seahawks, yeah. Geno Smith leads the league in passing yards right now.
Yeah. Geno Smith, low-key kind of fun. But big development, and I don't know if you've seen more on this. I got to figure it out, but DK Metcalf? Questionable? Is he like officially out or not out? He had an MCL.
He's been downgraded to doubtful. He's got an MCL sprain.
Yeah, I saw the MCL sprain. He did get carted off.
He hasn't participated at all in practice.
Very, very scary sight to see DK Metcalf carted off after what happened a few years ago.
Yeah.
So you don't ever want to see that if you're a Seahawks fan. The Bills I like the Bills a lot in this game if DK's out.
Was that a Eric Thomas? Or who's the fucking safety they had?
Oh, Earl Thomas.
Earl Thomas. Was that an Earl Thomas thing, or was that a DK Metcalf thing?
I thought it was DK. It was both of them for sure.
Well, I thought you were just hinting at the Earl Thomas, like flipping off Pete Carroll as he's off the fucking cart, getting carted out of the stadium.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Earl Thomas.
Funny. Josh Allen, still no interceptions. I kind of like the Bills to roll in this.
Yeah, I like the Bills a lot. The Bills, I think they're about to get hot. I think the Bills are about to become a really good football team. And it's about to be cold weather. Winter's coming. Josh Allen is awesome. I think he's going to get better. They have Amari Cooper. Yeah, no. If he's doubtful. And they're probably going to downgrade him to out before the game starts.
Yeah, I don't know. I doubt he plays. MCL sprain, I doubt he plays.
Ooh, Jackson Smith and Jig with him, or Tyler Lockett.
I love JSN.
I'll do you one better. Mike Bobo.
Bobo. I like my Bobo a lot. Give me Bobo.
I do too. I like Bobo. So yeah, maybe he gets a bigger impact in this offense with DK being out.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I agree with you. Panthers Broncos. Andy Dalton.
Broncos are kind of hot.
Yeah,
sorry,
they are. Yeah,
sorry, I cut you off.
Bo Nix is hot.
So man, I think so.
Sean Payton's hot. Andy Dalton, in a developing story, got injured in a car accident. So
yeah, I heard he was down street racing in Georgia.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm glad that you found that out for us. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bryce Young Redemption Tour, right?
Yeah.
Broncos roll.
Yeah. Easy.
Broncos country.
10.5. I kind of like 10.5 in that.
Yeah, it is a lot of points, but I agree with you. Broncos country, let's ride. Where are my notes? Yeah, there's really not much on that game. Broncos roll. No. I agree with you on that one. I didn't have any interesting stats. I thought I really don't care about that game that much, to be honest.
Yeah. No. Neither do I.
Chiefs Raiders. I actually kind of liked the Raiders in this one because the Raiders have been such a weird team the past couple of years. And we'll get to that here in just a second. But then I remembered the video or the TikTok that the Raiders player came out with where they dressed Kermit the Frog up as Pat Mahomes. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That video that came out?
Yeah.
And Patrick Mahomes came out and said stuff like that happens. It will get handled when it gets handled. Whew. Probably not the guy you want to piss off.
Yeah.
The best quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
Probably not the guy that you want to piss off. So, and they added DeAndre Hopkins too.
Yeah.
But an interesting. This is crazy to me. And I would not have ever guessed this just because of how awesome and successful Patrick Mahomes has been. Mahomes. Let me read my notes real quick. Oh yeah, Mahomes has the most interceptions of any QB in the NFL since the start of last season.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I saw that stat earlier today.
Yeah, Mahomes has 22 interceptions. Sam Howell with 21. Jalen Hurts with 19. And then your boy Jordan Love with 19.
Hey.
Jordan loves to throw interceptions.
Does.
Loves them. I would have never guessed that stat with Mahomes. I guess it makes a lot more sense now since he's got more interceptions and touchdowns.
Yeah.
And man,
especially
offensive coordinator.
He's got a bad case of the Nagys.
Yeah, he does. He has full blown Matt Nagy, unfortunately.
He does.
But even then, they're 6-0. Even then, they're 6-0. The Raiders are the weirdest team in the NFL, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So when you look at this, what do you think the Chiefs roll? Like, do you think that 10.5 is like, yeah, they're absolutely going to? Because I have something for you on the Raiders.
No, I feel like the Raiders kick as much ass as they possibly can when the Chiefs are playing them.
Or like when they play like a big time team, because I saw a tweet. They are the last team to beat the Chiefs. That was Christmas last year. They're the last team to beat the Ravens. That happened week 2. Nice fucking call on that one, by the way. You took them to cover. So they are also the only team to lose to the 2024 Panthers. And they are the only team to lose to a team that was coached by Jeff Saturday, and that was week 10 in 2022.
You know what's even funnier about that Panthers? They got their ass kicked.
Yeah. Wasn't even close. Oh my God, USC is throttling.
Hey, they've blown 2 leads.
Yeah, you're right on that. But yeah, no. I don't really know who to pick in this game. I'm staying far away from this game.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Your brain tells you to take the Chiefs all day, but like,
well,
I feel like the Raiders are gonna like start slashing tires and shit.
They're not
gonna
go
like full Oakland.
They're not gonna let Patrick Mahomes do what he did to the 49ers with the fake going out of bounds and run up the seam. I feel like the
Max
Raiders
Crosby will actually kill him.
I don't think it'll be just Max Crosby. I think it'll be anybody on that team. They don't care if they get a penalty.
Antonio
They will get a Antonio Pierce he'll put the shoulder pads on.
Yeah.
He'll go
it's
up
still
to
crazy. Mahomes ran through that fucking safety for the 49ers.
Yeah, I know that was
so wild.
He even came out and said he's like, I don't really like to lower the shoulder, but I didn't expect to on that play, but I had to let him know.
Did you see the picture of that Niners safety like with his fucking 8-pack, and then it shows Patrick Mahomes with a tight shirt on and his dad gut hanging out?
Yeah. No, I don't think the Raiders are going to be the team that is going to let Mahomes get away with shit like that. They don't care if they get flagged. I think they will hit him as hard as they possibly can.
Oh,
but
100%.
Maybe Mahomes wants to contact because that video did come out. They dressed him up as Kermit the Frog. I think there's a revenge leaking out of Patrick Mahomes' pores. But then the Raiders are also the weirdest team where they just beat teams you wouldn't expect them to beat and then get pounced by they get trounced by the Panthers. So there's that. I don't know. Next game. Commanders Bears.
I don't think Jaden Daniels is gonna play.
Yeah, the update on that. Funny tweet. I don't remember if it was Schefter. I think it was Schefter that tweeted this. So the update on Jaden Daniels. The Commanders attempted to try to have him participate in practice. He has to play. I'm very excited about this game. I'm extremely excited. 1 versus 2. Jaden Daniels versus.
Is this the first 1 versus 2 in the rookie year since Mariota Jameis?
I think so.
Man, that would suck.
Because Andrew Luck and RG3 didn't play, did they?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I don't think they
did. They would have been before Jameis and Mariota anyways.
Yeah. No, I think you're right on that. Yeah, this is the first time in a long time that's happened. Also, developing news for the Bears, they plan to release Velus Jones tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's that.
Not a special team, the only guy, but return specialist.
They could have kept the kid from Wichita Falls, but no, they decided to keep Velus Jones.
That's fair.
Interesting
thing here. Bears 0-2 away. Commanders perfect at home.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think that holds. If Jaden Daniels doesn't play, I love Mariota. He's always had a soft spot in my heart. I don't think he can contend with the Bears. I don't even know that because I'm expecting if Jaden Daniels goes, he's obviously not 100%. You get 70% Jaden Daniels. I don't think it's close enough.
This is going to be a true test to how deep this defense is for the Bears because injury report. This is tough.
There's a Rutgers touchdown.
This is very tough, and these are two guys you have to have in the game if you want to win. Jaquan Brisker and Kyler Gordon have been ruled out.
Oh, damn! Cameron Gordon field day.
I think our front seven is good enough. Like Kevin Byard and then whoever the safety is going to be. I think it's going to be Elijah Hicks, or is he corner? Terrell Smith, I think, will be the backup corner, and I think Elijah Hicks will be the backup safety, which they're not bad. They're just not on the same level as those two guys.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So, and you need Kyler Gordon out there. He was our Kendall Dolby.
Yeah.
He was like the cheetah guy that you needed. Yeah. Well, that's what Kyler Gordon was to the Bears, like just playmaker in the backfield, and then he just was very disruptive in all phases. Yeah. So that's rough. But Jaden Daniels does have to play. I'm very excited for this game. Must win. We have a gauntlet coming up. You have to prove why you're the number 1 quarterback. You have to beat this team. You do. And I know like the storyline, Caleb Williams versus Jaden Daniels. I like both players, but yeah, I need Caleb Williams to have a big game. And he's progressively gotten better. Who would you take long? I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Who would you take long term? For the next 7 years, if you were wanting to win a Super Bowl.
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams. Jay Daniels has won 5 out of the last 6 Rookie of the Weeks, which I don't really give a shit about.
Yeah, I think they're both going to be great. I think they're both already playing well and improving. I just think Caleb Williams offers a little bit more upside, and I think you can do a bit more with his game than you can Jaden Daniels.
That's crazy for you to say because I remember whenever we were doing our draft, you said that Jaden Daniels had the highest ceiling.
I thought so at first, but I didn't expect Caleb Williams to start improving at this level.
There's really not much else to see from Jaden Daniels. He's been fucking awesome. Like, he was awesome his last season.
He's been great.
Yeah,
I just think your downfield passing attack, the more I've looked at it, with Caleb Williams developing the way he is, I feel like he gives you the highest ceiling as a downfield passer.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Second to Jordan Love.
Well, Jordan Love's not a rookie.
Yeah, I know. Good thing the NBA rookie rules don't apply.
It is crazy how good, like, the Commanders' offense has been. I know a lot of it. You have Jay Daniels and Cliff Kingsbury. That's like
Brian Robinson's been really good.
Yeah, he's been.
Austin Eckler's been good, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone thought he was dead.
Well, that's the thing. That was a smart move by the Commanders to add a bunch of veteran players like Bobby Wagner, Austin Eckler, like some of these older guys that they played meaningful winning football.
I was ready to take him out back and just shoot him. Like, I thought he was dead, dude. Like,
Austin Eckler?
I thought he was done. Yeah.
I thought the same thing with Bobby Wagner. I was like, he was one of the best linebackers in his time, but
that year in LA was kind of weird. And then he went back to Seattle, and I felt like it was kind of. I thought when he went back to Seattle, it was done, but I guess not.
They don't really have Jonathan Taylor, not Jonathan. Jonathan Allen. Is he out for the season?
I don't know. Jerron Payne's played really well.
Remember Jonathan Allen?
Yeah, I thought he was still healthy. I don't know.
Nope, out for the season. Tore his pectoral muscle.
Oh, fuck. Jerron Payne's played well, though.
Yeah, he has. Payne. That's my favorite photo of him, like the headband that he has. It just says Payne.
Yeah. Ben Sinnott got his first touchdown last week.
Yeah.
We talked about that on the Monday episode, but big Ben Sinnott fan. Yeah, big Ben Sinnott guy. Or Tuesday, because we didn't record Monday because of Monday Night Football. But
yeah, I'm excited for this game. I can't wait.
I haven't paid a ton of attention. They had 3 second-round picks last year. That's crazy. I haven't paid a ton of attention to it. How's Jasan Newton looked out of Illinois? Do you know?
Jasan Newton?
Jasan Newton, yeah, for Washington.
No idea.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I have no idea.
I was really, really high on him coming in.
Probably good. I would assume.
6 tackles, 11 tackles.
Yes,
on TFL. At D tackle, 11 tackles and a tackle for loss. It's not awful. But I mean, we got Jonathan Allen, Jerron Payne in front of you. It's pretty tough to do much. So.
We don't have to spend too much time on this game just because I feel like when the Bears and the Packers play, we're going to spend like an hour on that game.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's going to be big.
Yeah.
That's Sunday, 2.5, 3 weeks now or whenever it is. It's going to be a tough Sunday for us. We're not going to be able to talk about shit.
Yeah. It's literally just going to be that game. Last game. Cowboys 49ers. I think I mentioned this to you the last episode. Did I tell you about Jerry Jones and what he said about Mike McCarthy? Yeah. No. That's just hilarious. That's like
the guy he hired.
That's so Jerry Jones for him to say that. That was awesome. I mean, Cowboys coming off a bye. They're banged up too. This might be one of those weird like Dak actually shows out. The 49ers are just dead. I mean, they are banged up. They're the most injured team in the NFL right now. They have nobody. I feel bad for Brandon Ayuk. He's out for the season. Debo, I guess, had an illness. Like a lot of people were saying, like, oh yeah, Debo's soft. Like this guy, leaving the game early. Like he's just, he had to get taken to the hospital. He's sick. Yeah, it turns out he had fucking pneumonia.
That's crazy.
He had pneumonia. Crazy. I had pneumonia. That shit fucking sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I was out for like 6 to 8 weeks in 5th grade. I almost had to go to summer school. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was bad. He had fluid in his lungs. Yeah, no wonder he's not playing.
Did you see the people like Debo's the new Eddie Lacy?
I miss Eddie Lacy a lot, dude.
Oh God.
He's like one of the very, very few Packers players I really liked. But they're decimated. Like their offense, who do they have? Their healthiest wide receiver is Ricky Pearsall, who got shot. Isn't that insane?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Juwan Jennings is out. Ayuk's done for the season. Debo's going to be out.
God.
All right, Ricky Pearsall is going to have to come out to many men.
Yeah.
He's going to have to come out to many men. Yeah, no, the 49ers, and I know they've owned the Cowboys as of recently, and the Cowboys defense is not very good, but
they should just go out there and run 23 personnel. Get George Kittle, Braden Willis on the field with
Willis isn't even on the team anymore.
He's not? They released him. Oh, he's practice squad guy. No, because he's been called up a couple times. He's a practice squad guy. He's been activated.
I thought he was released.
Yeah, no, he's still on the team.
Might have been released and they signed him to the practice squad.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it was. They need to run 23 personnel, get Kittle and Willis out there at tight end, and then get Jordan Mason, Kyle Juszczyk, and Patrick Taylor is there now. Damn,
gonna be a big day for the fullback, Kyle Juszczyk.
Oh yeah,
and George Kittle. But if they're gonna beat they're gonna have to come up with a game plan. Like they're going to have to run the ball good, which I think they will because the Cowboys run 12 personnel. Yep. Cowboys are one of the worst against the run play out of 12 personnel.
I'm gonna say run 22 personnel.
But they had a bye week. They've had time to plan. They've gotten a little bit healthier in spots, like as healthy as you can get, in the season. So
yeah,
I don't know. That's really all I have on that game.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
All right, dick pics. Dick pics for week 8, week 7, or week 8.
8.
Yeah, week 8 dick pics, October 25th, 2024. Where do we stand right now? Overall record for you and me.
Let's see. I haven't done the full math on it. I need to go back and look. I haven't touched a couple. I've been keeping hand record of it.
Or were you 3-6 or 4-6 last week?
3 and 6. And then you went what, 5 for 6?
Yes.
And you had a 2-point lead on me. Yeah, I know. You had a 2-point lead on me. You're up 4.
Okay.
Right now. So you're up 4. I'll go back through and do all the math on it, and Monday I'll have everything prepared. However, this is the week that I get back, and it's starting going back to the game we were just talking about. Cowboys Niners over/unders 47.5. I'm taking the under.
You son of a bitch! This is fucking 2 or 3 weeks in a row that you've done this to me. I had it written down too. That was my first one that I wrote down.
It wasn't the first one that I wrote down.
I had Cowboys 49ers under 48.5. I guess the line. I was looking at DraftKings too. So
yeah, I'm just taking what ESPN's giving us. I loved that one. I've been on that one. It wasn't the first one I wrote down, but the more I've said here, the more I'm like, that's good.
Okay. I'm gonna take the Jets Patriots over 41.
You're taking the over on that? I was leaning under. Okay.
Well, Patriots defense stinks. Drake May, their offense is going to have to score points. I think when you have Drake May out there, they are scoring points, and I think I think it's going to be like a 24-20 game, or like a 27-20. So
I can see that.
It's actually DraftKings had it at 41 at the time. I think they dropped it to 40.5.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. It's 40.5.
All right, I'm gonna take 40.5.
Okay.
Jets Patriots over 40.5.
I'm gonna take Buffalo to cover the 3-point spread at Seattle.
Mark that out. Damn it. All right, I'm going to do another over. I'm going to take Saints Chargers over 40.5.
Okay. Actually, I don't hate that. You said 40.5?
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna take your Bears to cover -3 against the Commanders.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that to me?
So I don't think Jay Daniels gonna play.
He has to play.
I want him to with all of my soul, but I don't think he will.
You got to think about the future.
Yeah. They got a really good shot at winning their division. So I think you bank on that.
I don't like that. I went back and forth on this one. I'm going to take the Cardinals +4. I had originally put Miami -4, but I'm going to take Cardinals +4. What's the line now? Is it still the same? DraftKings set it at +4 this time.
Yep, 4. Yeah, I looked ugly when I wrote that down. No, I can't do that. I'm gonna take the over in the Bengals-Eagles game at 47.5.
I like that. I do like that one a lot. I'm going to take Green Bay -4.
Why would you do that? You're an evil person.
Your last one?
I think it's a bounce back game for Houston. I think they get things going offensively. I think Houston. I'd honestly double. I'd take the cover and the over, but I feel a little bit more faith in the cover because I don't know if Indy scores enough. I'm gonna take Houston to cover 5 against Indy.
I like that one. Did you take the Bills -3?
Yep.
Okay. Can't take that one then.
Oh, my pin's dying. Good pin too. Yeah, that's dead.
Ooh, that's a lot of points, but I don't trust Bo Nix enough.
Yeah, I kept coming back to that one, but
yeah.
Same with Detroit. I think Detroit blows out the Titans, but I can't bet an NFL game with a double-digit spread like that. I can't bring myself to do it.
Oh my God. Oh no, I'm gonna do it, aren't I?
What's that?
Oh fuck. You're gonna make me bet the Raiders +10.5. No, I'm gonna take the under in Falcons, but oh no, both their offenses are pretty good. But yeah, Mike Evans isn't there. Chris Godwin's out. This is a tough one.
You got to bank on Baker getting them 20.
Yeah.
And that Bucks defense will give up 90 on any given week.
I really wanted that Cowboys 49ers under. Good steal. That's like fucking baseline, like miss the layup, grab it real quick, offensive rebound.
Yeah.
That's a good one. You know what? I'm gonna take the Lions. Might cover that fucking total by themselves.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna take the Raiders +10.5.
Okay.
Stinky pick. Not really, actually. That's really not stinky at all. I've taken worse. I took the fucking Panthers +5.5 against the Raiders at the time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw in a 6th one. This is just like a bonus because we've been doing it. I'm gonna do a prop bet. I love Joe Mixon to score a touchdown.
See, I was thinking I love a Terry McLaurin touchdown in this one. Chicago's secondary is a little bit beat up. I love Terry McLaurin to get in the end zone.
Joe Mixon. Anytime TV. Man, yeah, you're about to absolutely own me. Last week you had a chance.
I know. I should roll this week. I hope. I don't know, man.
I can never. I think it's the first time I've actually taken Green Bay because I'll never.
You took them earlier in the year.
I like an over and under. Like I'm talking like spread.
Oh, I see. You know what really pisses me off? The fucking got that goddamn the Chargers push was tough for you.
Yeah, I guess you can call it like a tie, like a push. Like if you wanted to do like the tie rules, like I'm like 20 and like 10 and 1, I guess. But
dude, it was so easy last week. The Lions and Kansas City to cover was just so easy last week. God, I loved it.
Okay,
personally, that's all I got.
Yep, I've got Jets Patriots over 40.5, Green Bay -4, Cardinals +4, Raiders +7.5, Chargers Saints over 40.5, and then Joe Mixon anytime touchdown.
Yes, and I have the under 47.5 Dallas San Francisco. I got Buffalo to cover 3-point spread against Seattle. I got Chicago to cover a 3-point spread against the Commanders. That is heavily banking on the fact that I don't think Jaden Daniels plays, as much as it hurts my soul. I got the over in the Philly-Cincy game. And then Houston to cover 5 against Indianapolis. And then an anytime scary Terry Tutty. So
take a picture of that, send it to me.
I got you.
Did you write down my picks?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Anything else you want to get into before we get on out of here?
I think we're good. It was a long-ass episode.
It was. I got engagement photos in about 8 hours.
Shout out to my guy Dalton.
Yup.
Taking a big step.
Taking a massive step. Then I got to go get alcohol and cigars for the fights tomorrow. Which, I don't know. Are you going to watch the fights tomorrow?
Yes.
Can't wait.
I plan to watch the fights.
The only thing that's going to suck is I'm going to have to watch OU get their absolute ass handed to them. And then I got to turn around and watch Robert Whitaker get choked out by Hamzat Chimaev, and then hopefully
Max Holloway.
I know. I hope. God, I would not be able to live with myself if Max loses tomorrow. Especially if it's a knockout. If it's a war, I'll take it. If he dies, I'll kill myself. But yeah, I think that's going to go ahead and do it for this episode of the Pigskin Podcast. As always, new subscriber out there, we see you. We love you. If you're a TCU fan, Sebastian's got a jacket.
Yes.
Hit us up in the comments and send us our address and your social security number and credit card information.
Thank
but
you.
As always, please like, comment, subscribe, share. We've had a lot of traffic on the YouTubes, and it's been much appreciated. We've gotten almost 200 watch hours over this past month, which has been 200 watch hours this past month. No, over 100 watch hours this past month. Almost 200 viewers. It's pretty great for a couple small guys like us. We're just out here doing this for fun. So you guys out there, keep doing what you're doing. We're going to try to keep doing what we're doing. And I think we're going to go ahead and get out of here. So you guys enjoy this weekend. Watch a lot of football. Drink a lot of beer. Be safe. Don't drive if you're around any Georgia players. And we'll see you guys next week.
Later.